Coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo, where we are turning up the fun at 51. This is pilot Jim G. with Uncontrolled Airspace host Jack Hodgson, coming to you from the Sun and Fun radio deck. Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jim. How you doing? It's a beautiful day here. Beautiful day.
Absolutely. A little warm, but just as you'd expect in Central Florida.
And I'm meeting so I've been involved with the radio station in various roles for a long time now, but this is the first time I've been a team announcer, and I've talked with so many interesting people this morning. It's just been fascinating. So many amazing things, and this is only day one.
No,
but
this is our learning as we interview people. And speaking of learning, our next guest is very much
smooth, Jim. Smooth. I like it.
Oh, that's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yep.
Our next guest, Karen, Karashek.
Very close, Kalashek.
Oh, man. I should have rehearsed that.
Up close.
Karen is with NAFI, the National Association of Flight Instructors. And you guys have a booth here at Sun and Fun. And we are so happy to have you here on the deck to talk with us about what's going on in the world of flight instruction.
Well, thank you for having me, and so nice to see you, Jack and Jim. And you're right, it's a beautiful day. I came down from Wisconsin, Green Bay, as a matter of fact. Happens to be the sponsor of Sun and Fun.
Nice.
Yep.
What's the weather up there today? That's what I want to know.
I can tell you it was snowing when I left.
That's what I come from Boston, so I can't talk because we can get some winter weather up there this time. But it always amuses me that we're down here in the Sun and Fun, and many years we hear from our friends up in Wisconsin who tell us it snowed today. So welcome to Lakeland.
It is wonderful to be here yet again, and it's always exciting. I look forward to making presentations again this year.
Yeah.
So
tell us what's going on in the NAFI world these days.
Oh, we have so much going on. We're in Hangar A this year, where we've been for a number of years, and in addition to Sun and Fun, we'll be involved in yet another very first conference in May in Las Vegas, the Aero Summit. We'll be presenting a CFI track for training at AirVenture. We're actually expanding to 2 locations this year.
2 locations at AirVenture. Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's exciting for us. And we'll be hosting our 3rd national conference later this year in September. So that has been a phenomenally successful event. Still fairly close to the first one, but it's been growing. So CFIs, 300 of your favorite fellow CFIs to come and hangar talk with for 2.5 days. That's pretty exciting.
And where's the September conference being held?
That will be at the MAPS Museum in Akron, Canton.
Okay, very good. We were talking a few minutes before our going on air about finding an instructor, and that's important to everybody here who is either learning to fly or is a pilot, because pilots are always learning, as we know. And Jack, you and I have both flown with a number of instructors over the years.
Yep. You're listening to Sun and Fun Radio. WPEP 788 1510 AM and online at liveatc.net/SNF.
It's Dr. David Kolbaba.
Did you know that when you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated? That's why good old-fashioned H2O is the way to go. Caffeinated beverages, a choice for many who become thirsty, can actually cause even more dehydration due to the caffeine. The early stages of dehydration cannot be detected, and that's why you got to go with the water every chance you get. For Sun and Fun Radio, this is Dr. David Kolbaba.
Welcome to Sun and Fun. We want everybody to have a great time this year, but there are a few simple rules to be followed. Please be careful around all moving airplanes. Spinning propellers are very dangerous and hard to see. Please make sure your lawn chairs are attended at all times so they do not blow into aircraft or injure people. Please closely supervise your children at all times. No smoking or food is permitted on the flight line. Pets are only allowed in the campground and must be leashed. For the complete set of rules, please go to flysnf.org. Have a great time. Get your hands dirty and learn new skills by coming to the Sun and Fun workshops. All the workshops are staffed by experienced instructors who are dedicated to home builder education. Many are builders themselves and eager to share their experience with others. Whether you're interested in wood, metal, fabric, or composite airplanes, or learning about electrical systems, welding, engines, or safety wiring, we have all this and more. These workshops are held daily from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and are free for the cost of admission. For more information and a complete listing, you can go to flysnf.org.
Ever wondered how you can serve your community, explore aviation, and develop leadership skills? Civil Air Patrol is the official civilian auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force, open to youth and adults. Whether you're interested in aerospace education, emergency services, or cadet programs, there's a place for you. Stop by our booth next to the Lakeland Aero Club and discover how you can get involved. Visit GoCivilAirPatrol.com to learn more. Civil Air Patrol, citizens serving communities, above and beyond.
Sun and Fun's volunteer jet team hospitality ensures the comfort and enjoyment of our visiting jet team friends and family by offering hospitality services such as shuttle transportation, snacks and beverages, local information, and more to our guest jet teams. Additionally, they coordinate a meet and greet between the jet team and local youth groups, allowing them to experience Sun and Fun firsthand and create lasting memories. Thank you, Jet Team Hospitality, for making the Blue Angels feel welcome this year. A daily showcase of select warbirds, historic military aircraft, and the stories of those who flew them in harm's way. Victory's Arsenal Theater will present an aircraft each morning in front of the grandstands on the Sun and Fun Warbird ramp at 10:30 a.m. and then again at 11:30 a.m. The pilot or owner of the aircraft will share their unique personal insight and history of that warbird service. Please take a look at the mobile app for a detailed schedule.
This is Joy with Sun and Fun Radio, and I am in Hangar B at the Central Florida Aircraft Brokers with Haley and Adam. So tell us a little bit about your brokerage.
Hi, yes, we're a small family-owned broker company. It's myself and my fiance Haley here, and we do it ourselves. So we rent a hangar where we broker a small amount of aircraft only. We take the hands-on kind of concierge level approach to aircraft brokering, where we bring in the planes, we do it all ourselves without any real effort from the aircraft owners or sellers. So if you'd like to take more information about the services that we offer, you can visit centralfloridaaircraft.com and give us a call, send us an email, and we can help you with buying, selling, used aircraft parts, and also training and aircraft relocation.
Awesome. So what kind of services do you do for those aircraft owners when you bring the plane onto your site?
So we do everything involved with the listing. We'll do detailing to the aircraft. We'll clean it. We'll take the pictures, post the ads, and then we'll advertise to all the regular locations as well as with our extensive network. We live at an airport called Love's Landing, so a lot of aviation contacts through there. After that, we'll handle all of the calls related to the sale. We'll handle the showings. Any complications with the pre-buy, escrow, and transportation of the aircraft to its new destination.
Awesome. And how did you guys get into this? And how long have you been doing it?
Yes, we're both current ATPs and CFIIs. We met during instruction. She was my multi-engine student, and during instruction we instructed through the whole COVID process. And once our instruction started to get a little bit slower, we decided, hey, there's other services we can provide to the aviation community. So we started buying and selling aircraft for our students, for our friends, and for our neighbors, and then we've been expanding pretty continuously for the past 6 years.
Awesome. So you guys met when he was your instructor? That's pretty awesome, and you just fell in love with each other in aviation. So if somebody is interested in selling, they're not sure, what kind of advice would you give?
Yeah, so what we can do is if somebody's on the fence about selling, we could give them a real-world appraisal to give them a true number of what they can expect in the market. Some other brokers will give you some very large inflated number, but we like to keep our service honest and what we can actually expect from the market. So if a time comes where they decide they're not flying as much, or maybe this is not as useful as they believed it would be, they can call us and we can get that sale completed for them.
And tell me again, what is your website? How do people find you either here at the show or afterwards?
Yes, during the show, we are in Hangar B in the back right corner, booth B55. You can check out our website, which is centralfloridaaircraft.com. And that has our phone number, email, and other contact methods.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the general public before we sign off?
Yep, just like everybody to invite us to come take a look, talk with us. We're trying not to do the whole broker salesy approach, so just come on, have a conversation with us and talk about your aircraft.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. This is Joy with Sun and Fun Radio. Turn up the fun at 51.
Hello, this is Seth from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo here in sunny Lakeland, Florida. I'm with Perrin of STEM.
Hey, I'm Perrin Arthur. I'm an aircraft mechanic up for the STEM USA branch in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay, so tell us a little about your product you have here.
So we have a unique motor glider. It's got a Rotax 914 in the back with a foldable propeller up front. It's got full self-launch capabilities, 1,000-mile range, 120-knot cruise, and you can stow all the propeller up and then glide for as long as you want.
So how does the propeller fold up and everything?
The blades come out using centrifugal force, so when you shut down the engine, the blades fold up. Then you pull the nose cone shut, and that allows you to glide wherever you want to go.
And how is that operated? Is it just cable linkages and everything, or how does that work?
Yeah, pretty much. It's you've got a little cable you pull to brake the propeller basically and slow it down, and then once the blades close, you've got a centering cable you pull which locates the propeller in place, and then you've got a handle you pull that shuts the nose dome.
How high can you go with it?
Really as high as you want. You've got your ceiling set up already in the airspace, but the engine's rated for 30,000 feet.
So 30,000 feet, and is there an oxygen system and everything in there?
Right, you can get them equipped with 2 oxygen tanks and cannulas.
Right. So, where does this sailplane originate?
It comes out of Germany. It's been made over there since around the 80s, invented by a man named Rainer Stimme. He came up with the product, brought it to life, and we've been bringing it to the United States out of South Carolina now for 8 years. Yeah.
So has this sailplane seen a lot of customers and everything?
It has, yeah. It's very successful. It's a big name in the motor glider community, and we get a lot of business, a lot of happy customers that really enjoy the unique flying experience you get from the Stimme S12.
So what's the difference between, say, a motor glider and like a light sport?
The biggest difference, I guess, is this is a certified aircraft, which a lot of light sports end up being experimental. You have a lot of capability with this aircraft. You've got two seats in it, storage for your luggage, a nice powerful engine. So it's really more in the gliding side. You know, it looks like a glider, it's meant to be a glider, so it definitely fits in that motor glider category.
Could you get a tow if you wanted?
No, these actually aren't able to be towed up. They're just fully self-reliant, and really, you're going to outperform the tow plane anyway.
So, and you fly these yourself?
No, I'm a mechanic for the company. I don't have my pilot's license.
All right. What does the maintenance look like on it?
It's not too bad. You got a Rotax engine, which is pretty reliable, so just the little things that pop up, and then you've got your annuals, rubber parts change, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, so you need your A&P to work on it.
Exactly, yes. You need the A&P, certified aircraft and all, so just the normal regulations.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for talking to me.
This has been Seth from Sun and Fun Radio here at the 51st Annual Aerospace Expo, turning up the fun at 51.
Hello aviation enthusiasts, experience the excitement of showplanes at Sun and Fun. Witness a stunning array of aircraft in our showplane parking areas, including home-built, vintage, warbird, light planes, seaplanes, and rotorcraft. Explore the home-built aircraft area for a chance to chat with owners and discover building tips. Vintage aircraft parking showcases planes from different eras, while the warbird ramp offers an up-close view of historic military aircraft. Don't miss the seabird area, where unique seaplanes gather, and Paradise City, the hub for light planes. And for rotorcraft enthusiasts, head to the rotorcraft area. Join us at Sun and Fun and immerse yourself in the world of aviation.
Craving something sweet? Grab a treat and support the first ever U.S. high school soaring team. Rockstar Donuts is serving up delicious donuts at the Lakeland Aero Club during the 2025 Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo. All to help young aviators reach new heights. Every bite fuels their journey, so stop by, grab some donuts, and turn up the fun at 51. Let's make this fundraiser soar.
While we all have good views of the action here at Sun and Fun, if you're a professional photographer looking for the best views possible, then you will want to check out the preferred photo seating area. This area allows an unobstructed view of the air show and other event activities. It's located adjacent to the preferred seating, along the flight line and the air show announcer stand, so you know that's where the best of the action is. There is an extra fee of just $30 in addition to the event admission, and more details are available at flysnf.org.
Just a few words of etiquette for the fire hub located in the campground. The Fire Hub area is provided for the enjoyment of guests and volunteers who are camping in the Sun and Fun campground. The wood supply is for the fire pit only. Please do not take the wood for individual campsite use. Ground fires are not permitted in the campground unless in approved above-ground campfire containers. Do not add flammable liquids or excessive amounts of wood to the fire. The fire pit is not a refuse container. Please place your bottles, cans, and other disposables in garbage containers located nearby in the campground. Remember, quiet time starts at 10 o'clock p.m. in the campground. Many volunteers who camp nearby start their work days early. Please be considerate. The Fire Hub area must be vacated by midnight, and unruly behavior will not be tolerated. Any individual deemed unruly will be asked to leave by Sun and Fun security, and if necessary, the Lakeland Police Department will be called. Thank you for helping us make this an enjoyable area for everyone.
Enjoying all the aircraft is one of the leading reasons people come to Sun and Fun, and we are pleased to open Flightline access to all of our guests. However, please help protect people and aircraft by following a few simple rules. Warning: aircraft in motion have spinning propellers that are very dangerous and hard to see. Please avoid all moving aircraft. Do not touch aircraft without the owner's permission. Always be aware of belt buckles, cameras, and other hard objects that could scratch or dent the airplane. For the complete set of rules, please go to flysnf.org. Have a great time this year.
Hey kids, are you interested in learning about science or parachutes? If you are between grades K through 6, you can attend a Piedmont Aerospace Labs workshop. These exciting labs run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily in the Kids Zone, located at the front entrance. The Kids Zone is also packed with many more cool aviation-themed activities, including a rock wall, obstacle course, space shuttle slide, combat trainer, and much more. Remember, the Kids Zone is located near the front entrance. For more information about ride ticket requirements and prices, visit flysnf.org.
It's Dr. David Kolbaba.
Yes, hydration is everything. So what happens in the sun? Our bodies perspire to keep us at 98.6, and that warm breeze across our face evaporates water from our bodies too. And those caffeinated beverages are diuretics, which means that when we drink them, we can become dehydrated. So stay ahead of the curve by drinking water all throughout your stay here at Sun and Fun. For Sun and Fun Radio, this is Dr. David Kolbaba.
Moms of preschoolers, it's time to blast off into reading. Story time at the Florida Air Museum is here every Tuesday morning at 10. It's an amazing interactive learning experience for kids 2 to 5.
Hi, I'm Miss Jenny Lynn. Come read, sing, and learn with me.
Come to explore the universe with rockets, planes, and space. It's free. Story time, Tuesdays 10 a.m. at Lakeland's Florida Air Museum.
Attention all aviation enthusiasts. Don't miss out on the Innovation Showcase at the Future in Flight Plaza. Discover cutting-edge technology from leading companies like Aerosys Tech, Aileronics Grindstone, Lift Aircraft, and more. From FlightSim.com to Molnar and beyond, this is your chance to see the future of aviation in action. Join us and explore the latest innovations shaping the industry. You can visit the Innovation Showcase today in the Future in Flight Plaza.
It's Dr. David Kolbaba.
You know, Sun and Fun is synonymous with being outside and walking considerable distances, and the combination of sun exposure, heat, and movement can cause physical challenges to our body. Water, shade, and rest can prevent overheating that can lead to what is known as heat stroke, aka sunstroke. Early warning signs include flushing of the face, nauseousness, rapid breathing, and headache. So pay attention, get your water, shade, and rest. For Sun and Fun Radio, this is Dr. David Kolbaba.
Discover the incredible mission of Samaritan's Purse at Sun and Fun. Tour their DC-8, the only U.S. registered DC-8 in the world, used for critical relief missions after major disasters. Explore a portion of their emergency field hospital and see the water filtration system that travels aboard this life-saving cargo plane. Don't miss this unique opportunity to learn how Samaritan's Purse brings hope and help worldwide. Tours are open daily. Come be inspired. Need a pick-me-up? Swing by Legendary Aviation Coffee Company, your official coffee sponsor of Sun and Fun. You can find them in Hangar A at booth A1 or on the flight line across from Coconut Flyers. They're giving back. 10% of all sales in Hangar A and 25% of flight line cup sales go to Sun and Fun's nonprofit. And for all of April, 10% of online sales at legendaryroasters.com supports the cause. Sip, enjoy, and make a difference, one legendary cup at a time.
Since the very first Sun and Fun, volunteers have been the heart of the fly-in. Our success depends on dedicated volunteers, and that could be you. Your life experience will help us engage, educate, and accelerate the next generation of aerospace professionals. We have all kinds of opportunities to volunteer, from fly-in support to educational events and field trips at many year-round community events. Volunteers earn valuable benefits, but you'll gain new friendships and experience new adventures. Find out more and get started. Just visit volunteer.flysnf.org for more info about volunteer opportunities at the Aerospace Center for Excellence and the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo.
We've got the Whip Air Caravan, which we call the Yukon. This is a 25% shorter takeoff roll and no loss in cruise speed. So this thing is an absolute monster in takeoff and climb.
Can you hear that behind me? That's the sound of innovation, and it took center stage Monday night during the Sun and Fun Innovation Preview. Sun and Fun Radio was there to cover all of the excitement. The annual Innovation Preview showcased the cutting edge of aviation technology, with industry leaders presenting their latest developments that promise to reshape the way we fly. From digital flight instruments to revolutionary aircraft designs, this event highlighted the incredible pace of innovation in general aviation. Let's take a look at some of the most exciting announcements. The digital revolution continues to transform cockpits across general aviation. Jim Turner, general manager of Kelly Manufacturing Company, introduced their latest line of digital instruments that make upgrading from traditional steam gauges simpler than ever.
Going digital is easy with RC Allen instruments. Easy to install, power and ground basically on most of them. Fits in standard panel cutout. You don't have to add anything or take anything away from your panel. We even give you the screws and the plugs. Multi-voltage works from basically 9 to 32 volts, so you don't have to worry about the voltage of your aircraft. Reliable, solid state, FAA TSO.
Safety innovations were a major theme at this year's preview. Abid Faruqi from Silverlight Aviation introduced a groundbreaking safety system specifically for gyroplanes.
So GWS, or Gyroplane Warning System, a new technology that actually warns the pilot by audio that 4 or 5 seconds before something drastic will happen, it will actually warn the pilot that you are about to make a mistake that will cause catastrophic event, so they have time to react and essentially abort the takeoff. Similarly, it will also warn them about in-flight emergencies, like if they're going to low Gs.
This predictive analysis technology could be a game changer in preventing accidents, particularly for pilots transitioning from fixed-wing to gyroplane flying. By providing critical warnings before situations become unrecoverable, Silverlight's system addresses one of the key safety challenges in this growing segment of aviation. Hartzell Propeller, a pillar of the industry, showcased an impressive array of new carbon fiber propeller designs, each engineered for specific aircraft to maximize performance. President J.J. Frigge highlighted the company's ongoing commitment to composite technology.
What I really want to say is that, we've been in a kind of a 20-year cycle of really investing in carbon fiber and composite technology. You can call it a revolution, call it an evolution, but everything that you just saw program-wise is all around carbon fiber technology and new innovation, new STCs and TCs we bring into markets.
These new propeller designs are delivering impressive performance gains, from shorter takeoff rolls to increased climb rates and faster cruise speeds, while reducing weight by up to 20 pounds compared to their metal counterparts. One of the most pressing issues facing the industry is the looming pilot shortage, with forecasts predicting a deficit approaching 30,000 pilots by 2030. Jamel Larkins, who made headlines as one of the youngest pilots to solo a powered aircraft, is taking the challenge head on.
Because of that, and a few conversations I had with the Federal Aviation Administration late last year, we decided to relaunch the Dream Launch Tour in 2025. But this time, we're going to do it a little bit different. One significant advantage of it is that we're going to introduce a program called Aviation Start.
Aviationstart.org, a comprehensive resource connecting aspiring aviation professionals with over $20 million worth of scholarships and funding opportunities distributed annually. Addressing another critical industry shortage, a new program is aiming to increase the pipeline of qualified air traffic controllers through an innovative training approach.
We created ATCFO. It stands for Air Traffic Control Feature Operators. As everybody in here knows, there's a shortage of air traffic controllers. Travis Technical College and Bartow Executive Airport have been working for about 5, maybe even longer, years to try to get an air traffic control program at Bartow Executive Airport. Well, we finally started it. We had our academy. We have 3 students going right now. It just started at the beginning of March. We'll start a new class every month, and we will do our best to help overcome the air traffic control shortage in the country.
This program offers a faster path to certification than traditional routes, with graduates having already accumulated the critical 6 months of experience required to work in the Federal Contract Tower program. From digital cockpits and carbon fiber propellers to innovative safety systems and workforce development initiatives, the Sun and Fun Innovation Preview 2025 demonstrated that the general aviation industry continues to evolve at a rapid pace. These advancements not only enhance safety and performance, but also make flying more accessible and sustainable for future generations. This is Sean Starker reporting for Sun and Fun Radio from the 2025 Sun and Fun Innovation Preview, presented by Aero News Network.
Calling all pilots and aircraft enthusiasts. Don't miss out on the Flyby Showcase, a complimentary activity at Sun and Fun. Show off your aircraft in flight at the show center while a description of your pride and joy is shared with the crowd. Join us daily at 9 a.m. for a briefing about the flyby pattern and staging times. Each aircraft or group has exclusive use of the pattern for up to 6 minutes. It's a fantastic opportunity to exhibit your aircraft in action to the many guests at the event. See you at the Flyby Showcase, featured daily from 10:30 a.m. until 12 p.m. Looking to enjoy the air show up close and personal? Want to be right where the action is? Come to the preferred seating area, which is located on the flight line, right in front of the announcer stand. You'll have access to restrooms, some shaded areas, bag storage, and complimentary water. Seating is provided, so you don't even need to bring your own chair. All-day access to the preferred seating area is just $25 per person in addition to the regular admission, and a separate ticket is required. More information and ticket purchases can be found online at flysnf.org.
If you or someone you're with requires urgent medical assistance, please call 911 immediately. If practical or less urgent, you can visit Sun and Fun's Medical Hospitality Building and Tent located on the corner of James C. Ray Drive and Tom Mack Drive, right across from the big Piedmont jet near the main entrance. Medical Hospitality is staffed from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. by licensed volunteer doctors and nurses. From sunburns, blisters, and dehydration to insect bites, headaches, and stomach pain, they are ready to help. And water and sunscreen are always available, free of charge.
Calling all home-built aircraft enthusiasts. Planning to fly your masterpiece to Sun and Fun this year? Don't miss our Perseverance Award for newly completed or almost complete home builds. Join us in the home build area located just west of 523 and south of the VOR, offering prime views of showcase flybys and daily air shows. Explore different aircraft types, chat with builders, and gather tips in our home built aircraft area. Plus, don't forget to inquire about aircraft judging. Registration ends Friday at noon. Swing by the island for refreshments, entertainment, and support services. See you there!
Calling all Stoll pilots and backcountry aviation fans, the Bushwheel Base Camp is back. It's the home base for the 2025 Stoll Invitational Pilots and the perfect spot to connect, learn, and celebrate Stoll flying. Enjoy daily and nightly activities like backcountry flying forums, safety talks, and Stoll competition tips. Then kick back with jambalaya night, complimentary morning coffee, meet and greets, acoustic jam sessions, and craft beers. Come for the knowledge, stay for the camaraderie. Only at Bushwheel Base Camp.
Enjoying all the aircraft is one of the leading reasons people come to Sun and Fun, and we are pleased to open Flightline access to all of our guests. However, please help protect people and aircraft by following a few simple rules. Warning: aircraft in motion have spinning propellers that are very dangerous and hard to see. Please avoid all moving aircraft. Do not touch aircraft without the owner's permission. Always be aware of belt buckles, cameras, and other hard objects that could scratch or dent the airplane. For the complete set of rules, please go to flysnf.org. Have a great time this year.
Sun and Fun wishes to thank our sponsor, Flight Simulation Association. Flight Simulation Association is committed to expanding the impact of flight simulation in real-world aviation. You can visit them at the Bueller Hangar across from the Boeing 727 during the 2025 Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo, April 1st through 6th. For even more flight sim, attend the Flight Sim Expo this June in Providence. You can visit flightsimexpo.com for information and tickets.
Sun and Fun hosts a Type Club tent during the fly-in. Approximately 20 Type Clubs participate, and their members are eager to share information and answer questions about their type of aircraft and how you can become a member in any of the Type Clubs. Whether you're interested in Cubs, Short-Wing Pipers, Cessnas, Blancas, or any of the other aircraft represented by their club, you won't want to miss the Type Club tent, located just across the taxiway from the Vintage Hospitality headquarters.
Here's some more info on our Sun and Fun hands-on workshops, located near the main south entrance of the expo. Interested in composites, epoxies, or fiberglass? Bill Cabrera from FGCI and Mike Bergen from Custom Tech will guide you to the art of infusion and simple vacuum bagging techniques. Expand your skills and dive into the realm of innovation. Or you can rev up your engines and gear up for some serious maintenance and care insights. The Engine Workshop is where we're talking engine maintenance and care. Don't miss out on expert tips to keep your engines running smoothly.
You can help save lives by donating blood at the Big Red Bus at this year's Sun and Fun Fly-In. You could literally be saving the life of a hospital patient. The annual Sun and Fun Fly-In blood drive is Tuesday through Sunday, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Each day is a great opportunity to help others. All blood donors receive a custom Sun and Fun Fly-In t-shirt plus a $20 e-gift card. You can make an appointment to donate blood at oneblood.org/sunandfun and share your power to save lives.
Sun and Fun offers many services for our handicapped guests. Handicap parking is available near the registration building. Please let the parking attendant know so they can wave you onto the lot. We have a golf cart that will shuttle people from the handicap parking lot to the ticketing window or the scooter rental. You can bring your own wheelchair or scooter, or we have them available for rent on a daily basis near main registration. Please visit the Handicap Services office located on the west side of the admissions building in the Main Gate Plaza, or go to flysnf.org for more information.
Looking for the perfect gift or souvenir? Airport Mugs just landed with premium ceramic mugs featuring all Bravo, Charlie, and Delta airport codes in America. Airport mugs are printed with your favorite airport code on one side and runway sectional information on the other. Use discount code MUGS20 at checkout for 20% off. Visit airportmugs.com. That's airport-mugs.com today and elevate your hot or cold beverage experience.
The Medical Hospitality Center is located on the corner of James C. Ray Drive and Tom Mack Drive, right across the street from the Piedmont 727. Their staff of highly qualified, professionally licensed doctors and nurses offer triage, suturing, intravenous rehydration, and minimal cardiac evaluation. They have sunscreen, blood pressure, and blood sugar testing, and a limited amount of over-the-counter items. Last year, they assisted with wound care, dehydration, headaches, blisters, insect bites, ear and eye issues, and minor trauma. Please feel free to stop by and visit them. Win a formation flight, meet aviation celebrities, and demo Bose aviation headsets at Sun and Fun booth number 007. Experience the difference in audio clarity and clear communication with Bose. When you purchase an A30 or ProFlight Series 2 headset, you'll receive free Quiet Comfort earbuds. Plus, get 10% off each additional headset purchased at the show. Bose. Quiet the noise, amplify the experience.
Aviation meets art, and every aircraft is a masterpiece at D-Moore Group, offering Waco biplanes inspired by the golden age of aviation and German-engineered Junkers light sport aircraft. D-Moore's handcrafted aircraft blend timeless elegance with modern performance. 4 models are on display at Sun and Fun. Visit booth MD8A or WacoAircraft.com to see masterpieces designed for true aviators.
Every day from 10:30 a.m. until noon here at Sun and Fun, we have a great opportunity for manufacturers and individuals to exhibit their aircraft in action in the flyby pattern at Show Center. Each aircraft or group of aircraft has exclusive use of the flyby pattern for 6 minutes while a representative extols its virtues over the PA system. These free showcases...
Hello, this is Susan Levitt from Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport, and you're listening to Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788, 1510 AM, and online at liveatc.net.
Attention vintage aircraft owners. Are you flying your classic beauty to Sun and Fun this year? Ensure your factory-built aircraft qualifies for our vintage parking. Choose from categories like antique, classic, and contemporary, covering planes built up to 1970. Vintage pilots will be near the island, offering refreshments, entertainment, and support services. Visit the Vintage Hospitality Building for event and camping registration, located west of the vintage parking area. Camp with your aircraft and explore our Fly-In Early camping package. See you at Sun and Fun.
Hey Sun and Fun fans, we have a new area called the Sandbar, which will be co-located with our light plane area in Paradise City and will house food trucks, a large shade tent, picnic tables, and benches. The best part? Sun and Fun Radio will be piped in so you won't miss a single thing from our great interviews to the daily air shows, night shows, and sunset aerial circus. Turn up the fun at 51 and get your tickets now for the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida, April 1st through 6th, 2025.
Imagine ordering medicine for a sick child and having it delivered to your home in just 30 minutes. That's the future of delivery with Wing Aviation, already serving Dallas and expanding soon. With over 450,000 successful deliveries worldwide, Wing is revolutionizing convenience for busy parents, shift workers, and those with mobility challenges. See their cutting-edge aircraft and technology in action all week at Sun and Fun. You can learn more and find out when they're coming to your area at wing.com/Florida.
Sun and Fun and the Aerospace Center for Excellence are pursuing the mission of a brighter future through aviation with Project Stratos, an aviation leadership and art program. High school juniors submitted aviation-themed essays and original works of art. From the hundreds of entries, a pool of semifinalists and finalists were selected. You can spot these high achievers during the event wearing Project Stratos t-shirts and representing the future of aviation.
For the first time ever at Sun and Fun, we're thrilled to host the Academic Drone Soccer League World Cup on the evenings of Thursday, April 3rd and Friday, April 4th at the Aerospace Pavilion. Drone soccer inspires students to pursue aerospace and science education and career opportunities by providing a hierarchy of competitions and events that highlight student skills in engineering, aviation, teamwork, and leadership. Get ready for an action-packed showdown as teams take to the air in this high-energy competition.
Attention aviators, since 1984, Gulf Coast Avionics has been your go-to source for avionics, instruments, and pilot supplies worldwide. Proudly sponsoring Hangar D, they offer top-notch installation and repair services for both certified and experimental aircraft. Come celebrate over 40 years of unbeatable pricing and service. You can visit Gulf Coast Avionics in Hangar D, booth 30 through 33, or check them out online at gca.aero. Fly smarter, upgrade with the best, and see why pilots trust GCA.
Here's some more info on our Sun and Fun hands-on workshops located near the main entrance of the expo. Are you interested in learning about composite materials, layups, hot wiring, and mold making? Want to learn all about fastener types, swagging and safety wiring, or riveting and drilling techniques? What about the polyfiber aircraft covering system? Maybe even try some or all of these yourself? Come take advantage of our no-cost Sun and Fun hands-on workshops located at the corner of Tom Mack Road and Crossfield Way.
Welcome to Sun and Fun. We want everybody to have a great time this year, but there are a few simple rules to be followed. Please be careful around all moving airplanes. Spinning propellers are very dangerous and hard to see. Please make sure your lawn chairs are attended at all times so they do not blow into aircraft or injure people. Please closely supervise your children at all times. No smoking or food is permitted on the flight line. Pets are only allowed in the campground and must be leashed. For the complete set of rules, please go to flysnf.org. Have a great time.
Craving a classic treat? Come enjoy some delicious fire-roasted sweet corn on the cob for just $3. All to support EAA Chapter 635 from DeLand, Florida. Find us in the West Campground, food court behind Hangar A, or look for our mobile unit around the grounds. We've been roasting corn at Sun and Fun since the 80s, with all proceeds fueling youth STEM education, free young Eagle flights for kids 8 to 17, and grassroots aviation programs. Grab some corn, savor the flavor, and help inspire the next generation of aviators, one cob at a time.
Hey everybody! Sun and Fun has invested in providing a better Wi-Fi experience for its guests. We are pleased to offer free Wi-Fi in most of the core areas of our campus. Just sign into the network named SNF Free. That's SNF Free.
Welcome to Sun and Fun. Need information?
And now back to the Sun and Fun Radio deck, brought to you in part by the Green Bay Austin Struble International Airport.
Good morning, Sun and Fun. Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788, 1510 AM is on the air live. We are coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo, where we are turning up the fun at 51, right here in beautiful Lakeland, Florida. And the person who's trying to say something, because I'm teasing him by saying in Lakeland, is Jim Goldman. Hello, Jim.
Good morning, Dave. I noticed that after 4 or 5 days now, you're able to do it without the script in front of you. Good job.
I'm always able to do it without the script in front of me. I just flub it once in a while, and I had to wing it because my script is not in front of me this morning. Also on the deck this morning is Mr. Bibb, as in Mr. Bibendium, Randy Bibb. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, Sun and Fun. Ready for a great Saturday.
We are. It's going to be a jamming day today, too. We had a balloon launch. Did not happen because the winds aloft were too high, but they did do what they call in the evening a balloon glow. I'm not sure what they call it when they do it in the morning, but they did inflate a number of the balloons for people to see. I'm also joined by Jack Hodgson. Hey, Jack, how you doing?
Good morning, David. I'm great. Speaking of Saturday being a big day, Friday was apparently a big day. Last night on the grounds here at Sun and Fun, if you weren't here, you missed it because it was a happening place. I was wandering around. Paradise City had the sunset stuff going on. That was a lot of fun.
And we streamed that. We streamed that live.
We did, and then, but I bet the part we didn't stream is apparently it was a party at the island last night. All right, it was apparently the place to be on Friday evening in, I don't know, Lakeland, let alone Sun and Fun.
It's a pretty happening place. They're doing a lot with the island. They're bringing more and more here.
So a lot of fun stuff going on here at Sun and Fun 2025.
That's right. Turning up the fun at 51.
There we go.
And just remember, next year we're going to have lots to do at 52.
You're still working on that one. Okay,
I'm still working on that one. I figure,
right, yeah.
I figure if I say it enough, it'll become a norm. You know?
Yeah, well, that's the way it works.
And us mugs are joined by the lovely and talented morning meteorologist from Channel 8 out of Tampa. Good morning, Miss Amanda Holly. How are you?
Good morning, everybody. I'm doing well. It's a nice morning. I got some sleep last night.
You look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning.
Yeah.
And good news, she came in this morning without wearing a sweater, so it's going to be a good day.
Well, yesterday morning I was out there all morning, and it was a little chilly.
I want you to show up tomorrow morning wearing the biggest raincoat you have, and look at Jack and say, "Why don't you have your raincoat?"
Oh man, it's nice out there.
It's sun and fun. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be fun. But let's hear the official weather report this morning.
Yeah, temperature's sitting about 70 degrees right now. There's a little bit of a breeze, but that breeze will be between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Again today, temperatures get up to about 90. Feels like temperatures 93, 94. We'll come close to our record today. We did break it yesterday, but now heading into the weekend, we will be a degree or two cooler, if you could call it that. But it'll still be warm out there. It'll still be sunny.
It'll still be warm, still be sunny, and is any update on our storm front that's approaching us for Monday, Tuesday arrival?
Rain should still be moving in early Tuesday morning. We will be cooler next week.
Yeah, we've had a couple of radio guests have to scrub their interviews, because you're flying.
Yeah.
You can't just take off and fly into that.
Right, that's the thing to remember.
So they're scrubbing and getting out, and I think what a lot of them are doing is they're heading straight north.
Right.
To get around that storm front to get home.
Exactly, because although the front isn't reaching us here until Monday, it's up there, and people who are trying to get home into the middle part of the country have to figure out what to do about that.
Yeah, our volunteer Steve Kiss caught a ride with somebody who had an empty seat. He came in this morning. He said, "I'm sorry, guys, I got to go." The pilot said, "We're leaving." I said, "When are you leaving?" He said, "Now, can I get a ride out to the airplane? I came to say goodbye. Can I get a ride out to the airplane?"
Yep.
So,
but here on the grounds, it's great for the rest of today and tomorrow. It's going to be good.
Yeah, we got great weather for us. Still warm out there, but the breeze has been really nice in the afternoon.
It is, yeah. It's great. Because I think I'm gonna have to find a fan to put a fan up here on the deck. We get a little hot
you guys
here.
don't have much of a breeze in here.
Well, we have the sun blocker here on the east side that we used to open during the day, but I guess we're leaving it shut. It is a nice sound barrier, and we do have this. We are on Clubhouse Row. We have the QBs next to us, Silver Wings, 99, OX5s, and EAA on the end.
Bunch of rowdies.
At least we don't have them running the engine. Last year they had the OX5 engine, and the OX5 is an OX5 engine. And if you flew an aircraft with an OX5 engine, you can become a member of their group.
At Sun and Fun, an airplane engine is not noise. I don't understand why people get worked up. It's like
airplane engine
because we're trying to do radio. We don't want noise.
And they're running. Basically, picture somebody with a straight pipe Harley parked right in front of the radio station, running his engine while we're trying to do. That's kind of what it was like when they were running the OX5. And I went, guys, can you do that before 8:30 or after 1? Guys like, yeah, I don't want to do it this early anyways. We'll be happy to. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Guess we're just going to have to agree to disagree, David.
So Amanda has been with us every morning this week, and I cannot thank you enough. Before you run this morning, because I know you got to go do the live with Gene or whoever your host or co-host is today, tell me a little bit about Channel 8. What's it like working there? Or not what's it like working there. What does Channel 8 cover and their news?
Yeah, we're news, sports, weather, traffic. I do the morning weather, and we have a great morning show. Runs from 4:30 to 9, and then we have evening shows as well. They start at 4 in the afternoon, and it's a fun spot. Obviously, I do the weather, so I stay away from all of the craziness, and I get to do fun stuff. My job is different every day, and I love it.
Cool. We sure appreciate it. We're going to see you one more time tomorrow morning. One more time. We are on the 5th of our 6th days. Amanda, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Please make sure you get a waffle before the week's out.
Thank you. I
know you're always in a rush. You don't get a chance to have breakfast.
I know. I got to head over and start our show at 9.
All right. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, guys.
Amanda Holly. Yay!
Good morning, Amanda.
So Amanda's been with us every morning. Miss April gives me a hard time. I like, Oh, that's the lady that's doing the Sun and Fun stuff with us. She says, yeah, you tell me that every time she pops up on the TV.
All right. There we go.
So, gentlemen, Saturday of the air show, day before the last day. We were supposed to have a balloon launch this morning, but winds aloft were too high, so they scrubbed the actual launch. My understanding is they did do I'm going to call it a balloon glow. They did
I
set
think
up their
that's
balloons.
the correct terminology.
Yeah, I know they call that at night, and I understand it because they'll be tethered to the ground, and they hit the burners, and they light up like a giant light bulb, which is cool. If you've never seen a balloon glow, and you hear places having it, they do it a lot. A lot of different events and stuff do balloon glows
in the evening, in the
not
dusk.
just
Right.
an aviation event. A balloon glow is a very popular thing. If you have a chance to go see it, you've never seen one, you have a chance, definitely go see it. It is so worth seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And our gates open at 9. Our exhibits open at 9. Our gates were open early.
Yep.
People are flowing in. We got
I'll give you
great locations to get breakfast on campus.
Normally, you get weather and traffic together on the radio. So Amanda did the weather. I'll give you the traffic report. Traffic was...
This is... you got to beat your chest so you sound like you're in a helicopter.
Live helicopter. Yeah. Coming into the grounds this morning, Lakeland traffic generally through the city was pretty light because it is a Saturday in the weekend. But as soon as you approach the area around Lakeland-Lindner Regional Airport, International Airport, you start to see the backups of people waiting to get into the parking lots. And that was at before 8 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, it's starting.
Yeah, that's what Gene told us the other day when he was here on the deck, that the Saturday ticket sales were through the roof and that he expected that Saturday was going to be a big, big day. And it's starting.
He said they've already arranged our overflow parking. Apparently, Geico has got a ridiculous number of parking spaces at their building, and it's Saturday. They're not using it, so they've arranged that we can have our overflow parking at the Geico, and I know they've got a couple other overflow parking. So basically, I think we have 3 overflows to activate, and the closest ones first, and out to the furthest out. I will not be surprised if they have to activate every single overflow.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. We're also, as we come to you from the Sun and Fun deck here at Sun and Fun, we are next to to Leanhout's Way, which is one of the main entrances from ticket sales into the showgrounds. So we can get a pretty good judge. We can be a judge here of how much traffic is coming in.
Yeah,
and we
it's
see
busy.
a pretty steady flow right now. But around 11 or 12 this afternoon, you're going to see... It's going to look like people coming into a football game.
Yeah, it is. And then, so we've got, we got a great day. All our exhibits are still here, all our commercial vendors. You walk around, see everything, learn all about the latest. There's a full day of forums going on, hands-on workshops. The workshop area is behind us here off of on the west side of Leanhout's Way, coming in, across from the Future In-Flight Plaza. They do every aspect of building an airplane. You can practice. These are hands-on workshops. You can practice them. Lincoln Welders has been a supporter of the workshops. They bring out all the latest and greatest Lincoln toys, and you can learn they will teach you how to weld.
I did that workshop once. It was really interesting.
Yeah?
It's a very much a steady hand, but they take you right from the beginning. A little classroom talk about different types of welding, the different gases, different metals, and then they put a mask on you and some gloves, and you try it yourself.
I've actually got a little airplane in the window of my office there that I got from somebody who did. I don't know if that came from the welding workshop or somebody else, but that's one of the things I say every year. I'm going to go down to the welding workshop, and every year I wind up being radio chairman 24/7 for 6 days, or 24/6, I guess. But so we got the workshops going on. We got forums going on, commercial displays. We have our daily air show starting at 1 p.m. today with we got the jet teams. Yesterday was like jet team day. Jack, what did you say? There were 3-4 different jet teams?
3, and I was looking at the schedule for today, the same thing again. This is going to be another, and obviously Saturday, they go crazy on Saturday to make it a really excellent show.
And it's going to be an excellent show on Saturday. And then the cool thing is, usually when the air show ends at 5 o'clock or so, there's a mass exodus to the parking lot. People are done for the day, and it's even more like Jim said, a football game coming out here because there's just a constant flow of people. Today, hang out. Our vendors are staying open late. Tonight, we have our second night air show tonight, starting at dusk, which I believe is around 7. We do video stream the air shows from our Skycam. It's not a action-packed close-up cockpit shots or anything, just a view of the field. You can watch the air show there, and the night show really, really translates nice over the Skycam. If you can't be here, we want you to come because there's nothing like seeing it in person.
Dave, whether people are here or not, will there be anything interesting to listen to on Sun and Fun Radio in between the day air show and the night air show?
Thank you, Jim. Your check's in the mail.
So when I'm getting to the radio schedule, which I would have gotten to in just a moment, Jim.
I had to get that
and
in there.
these shameless self-plugs. Between the day show and the night show here on Sun and Fun Radio, we will have the Uncontrolled Airspace General Aviation Podcast live. 2008, 2007, I put a microphone in front of these guys. We've been doing it every year. We're down one. And, it's what I love about having Uncontrolled Airspace as our guests on the station is the Uncontrolled Airspace cast and crew come volunteer with me as well. So that's Jack, and Jim is also a part-timer on the Uncontrolled Airspace, so you recognize those voices. And you got to be on aviation radios comm radios to hear Randy's voice because he flies airplanes for a living. But
Yep, out of touch.
what do we got going on with the podcast tonight, Jack?
Nothing. I mean, we're at Sun and Fun, so it's very, very special. But we're going to talk a lot about what we've seen at the show this week and the things we've liked, and have that kind of a conversation. And we're going to mix it up with some regular stuff too. What's going on out in the real world of aviation this past week or so. But it's going to be a sort of a regular UCAP episode with a little extra.
Cool. So that will be today after the air show, which I typically say 5. We don't have the schedule for today yet, but we found out yesterday's show ran till like 5:40. So whatever time the air show ends, because one of our reasons for being, is to broadcast air show commentary on Sun and Fun Radio's audio channel. Unfortunately, we can't stream the commentary over our Facebook and YouTube video channels because they're bots, even though we have all of the proper copyright releases. YouTube bots will grab copyright and say, you're violating copyright.
Right, because there's a lot of music associated with the air show acts.
And they're not nice about violating copyright.
No, YouTube doesn't.
You're guilty until proven innocent, and they will shut you down. Not only will they stop your broadcast, they will actually delete your channel if you're caught. Yeah. So, but we do have it. You can watch it on our Facebook stream. You can watch it on our YouTube channel and listen to the commentary on Live ATC.
Best of all worlds.
It is. It's the best of all worlds. And that will be here on Sun and Fun Radio on audio streaming on liveatc.net/SNF. Video streaming on both Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
And you guys, with your face for radio like me, your UCAP Live will also be video streamed tonight.
My grandmother said I was adorable.
Grandmothers are paid to do that. That's the grandmother code. You have to tell the child they're adorable. Because it's inappropriate to go, what an ugly baby.
You never hear that.
Amanda wasn't kidding. It's a beautiful morning here
It
at
is.
Sun and Fun. I mean, there's at this moment, not a cloud in the sky. It is absolutely, at least the part of the sky I can see. I can't see straight overhead. But all the way around the half of the horizon we can see here.
Yeah, we don't see anything on the 90-degree view of the horizon we have, but I can see the flags going. The flags that are up high, you can see the breeze going, and you understand why they canceled the balloon launch this morning.
Yep, there's a little bit of breeze, but it's just a beautiful morning, and it's gonna be not quite as hot as it has been, but it's still gonna be warm. Be careful.
It's still gonna be warm. The sun will still be shining. You still need to hydrate. Do not get yourself dehydrated. I've done it myself. One year I was busy drinking coffee and forgot to drink water. You want to drink 1 bottle of water for every hour that you are out and about. Minimum 1 bottle of water for every hour you're out. If you're going to be out here all day long, then you need to drink 1 bottle of water. You're going to be here 8 hours, 8 bottles.
Okay. And by bottle, you mean like a 8-ounce-ish bottle.
Well, here, Jim, why don't you take that away from blocking the camera? And
I was trying to show it on camera.
What is that?
I don't have my glasses on. This is a 16.9 fluid ounce bottle of water.
And by the way, that's imported from Maine.
I think
that's imported from Maine. So
I'm all in favor of drinking a lot of water, but if you drank one of those an hour all day long, you would that would be something. But
you need to. I mean, that's a minimum to just stay hydrated.
Drink a lot of water, absolutely. Dave and I are going to arm wrestle later on about how much. But
water, lemonade, anything, any clear liquid. We love our coffees. We love our teas. We love our colas. But they do not hydrate you. They actually dehydrate you.
Avoid the caffeine. Yeah.
And then for everybody, but especially our visitors up north who have been hiding all winter long from the snow, the Florida sun will cook you in a heartbeat. You can get sunburned in less than a half hour. Cover up, wear your sunscreen, SPF 50 or better, especially if you're fair-skinned. I keep putting my glasses on and taking them off. They're foggy this morning. So make sure you cover yourself up and if you feel dehydrated, if you feel sunburnt where you need help, we do have medical hospitality. They're right up on the corner of Leanhouse Way and Sun and Fun Drive, or James C. Ray Drive, I think it's called. They're right where the Pogo is. They're right across from Pogo, next door to the Bueller Restoration Center.
Right. Yeah, sort of across from the main gate entrance.
Right.
Yeah.
Or grab any Sun and Fun volunteer. We will get you medical help. We have medical teams here for that exact reason. So, if you need help, they're here. We have information lost and found here on campus. I know there's a location over by the Compass Rose by the FAA building. I know there's one somewhere up near the main gate. So if you need information, pick up your info guide, your in-flight guide, and your campus map.
They've also got an app.
The Sun and Fun app. Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
And I'm hearing things about people talking about the Sun and Fun app on social media, so that's good, and that's a good thing. So Randy, we've really been not letting you say anything this morning.
Well, I'm listening. I'm learning.
You're listening and learning.
Yeah. It's enjoying the conversation. Weather's great. Looking forward. If you were out here Wednesday night and caught that show, it was great.
Oh, yeah.
Fireworks were spectacular. I hear through channels that tonight's fireworks, they're going to up it. I don't see how they can do anything more.
Really? Wow.
I don't see how they can do more than they did Wednesday, but I hear that the wall of fire is supposed to be insane this evening.
I'm going to try tonight too. So on Wednesday night, I watched it here from the deck of the radio station, which gives you a great sightline of the show, but you're not right up to the show. And
right.
So I think I'm going to try tonight, at least for the drone part. I'm really fascinated with the drone show. So I'm going to try and get as close. I mean, it's going to be crowded up there, so I don't know how close I'm going to be able to get. But I'm going to try and get closer to really get the 3D effect of the drone thing. And then, of course, we're back here, so we're, I don't know what, a couple hundred yards away from the flight line.
Yeah.
Back here, we could feel the heat when the wall of fire went off. I mean, you could definitely feel a burst of warmth way back here. So can you imagine what it's like out there on the flight line? I mean, wow.
Instant sunburn.
You feel the concussion of the massive explosion.
Yeah, you feel it. Yeah, and sometimes even back here, the windows will rattle sometimes.
Yeah, I know yesterday I was in my office trying to get, unfortunately I still work for a living, so, and my job is pretty demanding and they needed stuff done. So I was in my office at the radio station working on paying work when they were doing some things, and there were a couple of literally window rattling percussions from explosions.
So I want to get up
on
close.
The field.
I want to get up close to the night air show, or at least parts of it tonight, and check it out.
That T6 show is phenomenal. An interesting story about that.
That's and I go to say they used to be the Aero Show, now they're the Titan aerobatic team.
And talking to those folks, it was getting late on them. They were practicing for the air show season, and someone videoed this thing at sundown. It got dark on them, and they said, "You got to see this video." So they sent the video to the guys, and that changed the entire complexity of what they do. The night show it's a beautiful air symphony, is what it is.
It really is.
I mean, it's
really
astounding.
Dave and I got to ride with those people back in the day. This is quite a while ago now, but still is a wonderful memory. That was a lot of fun.
Well,
and a little I don't know what, not scary exactly, but
I thought it was thrilling.
It was definitely thrilling,
exciting.
It's like my impression at the moment was, these are two-place aircraft. So you got the pilot, and then you got the baggage in the back. All right, me, all right, and so you're taxiing out in a group of airplanes. There's 4 airplanes, and and you're not really thinking because you're looking around and you're so excited about the whole thing, and then they get on the runway and they add power and you start rolling, and then you look over to the other direction and you go, there's another airplane right there.
Right there.
It's
Right
like,
there.
There
Oh,
should
that's-
not be an airplane that close to us on the runway, all right? And then we go rolling down the runway and we lift off, and after we're a little bit above the runway, I happen to be in the aircraft that was the slot, which
You flew in I was just going to bring that
was
up.
dropped into the back. So
Yep.
so basically you move from the side and you float back into
And you come
behind
back
the three,
up
and then
into
suddenly there's an airplane there and there and right in front of you.
Did you get the stick? Did they give you a stick?
No, I don't even think there was a stick in the back on mine.
Okay, when I did that, so I got 30. I thought it was very exciting. He's like, I'm going to give you, a little stick time. I'm like, oh, this is going to be cool. 25 seconds maybe, and that was. He's like, okay, I got it now. Okay.
It's like hold the stick still for 20 seconds, right? Yeah. But no, that was a lot of fun.
When I took my flight with him that year,
Yeah.
I had just interviewed them the day before.
Uh-huh.
And he was talking about that prop swinging an 11-foot arc. And like you, I was in the slot position, and I'm thinking, oh, this is cool. We're tucking up into the slot. And he kept getting closer and closer and closer. And I'm going, in all my brain, I'm going, that is a flippin' 11-foot arc on that propeller. How close is he going to get?
Yeah.
And
They're
we
very
got
good at
tucked
that.
in. Oh, yeah, they are very good at that. And I didn't get a ride in, well, back then it was Aeroshell, but I didn't get a ride in one of the team aircraft. I had Gene fly me in the Honda Reno Racer. So not only did I get the flight, but I also got with Gene in the Reno Racer, which was cool.
Yeah.
And then Jim Goldman had gifted that year. Jim Goldman had gifted us a flight the next day.
Yeah.
It was one of your the Bash prizes.
Yeah, that was an interesting story. I had contributed at a charity fundraiser, and they called me the next morning and said, "You won this ride." I said, "No, I didn't," because I had at the auction I thought I hadn't won. I thought I was the second highest. I said, "No, you're the top bidder. It's yours. When do you want to take the ride?" I said, "Well, I've already left Sun and Fun." Next year, I gave it to Dave, and you shared it with some of the volunteers. I believe.
I think it was us with going out the UCAP
yeah,
crew.
I
You,
think-
Jack, you,
I
and
think
Dave,
Higdon
and
was there, and
Higdon
yeah.
and Burnside was there too, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
And
So it
then,
was very cool. Very,
I
very
grabbed
cool.
Tripp and I said, "Tripp, drive us out here. Bring the golf cart back. I've got another ride to go on. Grab your camera. I want you to take some pictures as we're leaving." So Tripp grabs his camera and jumps in a golf cart and comes out there with us. And Gene, "Hey Dave, I understand you're flying with us again this morning." I said, "Actually, Gene, no." I said, "I'm letting Tripp take my seat this morning." Man, Tripp's jaw hit the floor, and he's still. That had to have been 10 years ago.
Probably.
least,
Yeah. Yep.
And you asked Tripp about his surprise flight with the Aeroshell team, and he still beams ear to ear, grins ear to ear from
believe it.
And it is cool. That is such a neat ride.
Yep.
They are the Titan aerobatic team now. Same great planes, same great pilots, even better acts, and a fantastic new sponsor.
And at night they have lights in the cowlings.
And what I love that too, they also have lights on their exhaust where the smoke comes out.
They have a
So
lot
it
of lights,
looks
and
like
it's very
flames.
attractive. But it's a UCAP thing. Lights in the cowlings.
And I am hearing the sounds of Mr. Ken Dravis in the background there. That is our music. That is my indication it's time to stop talking and let the commercial, the sponsor announcements and area announcements go. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, y'all. Stay tuned.
Hello, this is Mike Harris from Why We Fly General Aviation Podcast. You're listening to Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788, 1510 AM, and online at liveatc.net/SNF.
Here's some more info on our Sun and Fun hands-on workshops located near the main entrance of the expo. Never used an English wheel, mallets, or beads to shape metal? If not, the metal shaping workshop is the right stop for you to learn. Have you seen a wooden props carved? If not, come see what it all entails from start to finish. Ever wonder what it's like to gas weld? Come give it a try. The Sun and Fun workshops, where you can learn all the skills needed to build your very own plane.
Discover the incredible mission of Samaritan's Purse at Sun and Fun. Tour their DC-8, the only U.S. registered DC-8 in the world, used for critical relief missions after major disasters. Explore a portion of their emergency field hospital and see the water filtration system that travels aboard this life-saving cargo plane. Don't miss this unique opportunity to learn how Samaritan's Purse brings hope and help worldwide. Tours are open daily. Come be inspired.
We've got the Whip Air Caravan, which we call the Yukon. This is a 25% shorter takeoff roll and no loss in cruise speed. So this thing is an absolute monster in takeoff and climb.
Can you hear that behind me? That's the sound of innovation, and it took center stage Monday night during the Sun and Fun Innovation Preview. Sun and Fun Radio was there to cover all of the excitement. The annual Innovation Preview showcased the cutting edge of aviation technology, with industry leaders presenting their latest developments that promise to reshape the way we fly. From digital flight instruments to revolutionary aircraft designs, this event highlighted the incredible pace of innovation in general aviation. Let's take a look at some of the most exciting announcements. The digital revolution continues to transform cockpits across general aviation. Jim Turner, general manager of Kelly Manufacturing Company, introduced their latest line of digital instruments that make upgrading from traditional steam gauges simpler than ever.
Going digital is easy with RCL Instruments. Easy to install, power and ground basically on most of them. Fits in standard panel cutout. You don't have to add anything or take anything away from your panel. We even give you the screws and the plugs. Multi-voltage, works from basically 9 to 32 volts, so you don't have to worry about the voltage of your aircraft. Reliable, solid state, FAA and TSO.
Safety innovations were a major theme at this year's preview. Abid Faruqi from Silverlight Aviation introduced a groundbreaking safety system specifically for gyroplanes.
So GWS, or Gyroplane Warning System, a new technology that actually warns the pilot by audio that 4 or 5 seconds before something drastic will happen, it will actually warn the pilot that you're about to make a mistake that will cause catastrophic event, so they have time to react and essentially abort the takeoff. Similarly, it will also warn them about in-flight emergencies, like if they're going to low Gs.
This predictive analysis technology could be a game changer in preventing accidents, particularly for pilots transitioning from fixed-wing to gyroplane flying. By providing critical warnings before situations become unrecoverable, Silverlight's system addresses one of the key safety challenges in this growing segment of aviation. Hartzell Propeller, a pillar of the industry, showcased an impressive array of new carbon fiber propeller designs, each engineered for specific aircraft to maximize performance. President J.J. Frigge highlighted the company's ongoing commitment to composite technology.
What I really want to say is that, we've been in a kind of a 20-year cycle of really investing in carbon fiber and composite technology. You can call it a revolution, call it an evolution, but everything that you just saw program-wise is all around carbon fiber technology and new innovation, new STCs and TCs we bring into markets.
These new propeller designs are delivering impressive performance gains, from shorter takeoff rolls to increased climb rates and faster cruise speeds, while reducing weight by up to 20 pounds compared to their metal counterparts. One of the most pressing issues facing the industry is the looming pilot shortage, with forecasts predicting a deficit approaching 30,000 pilots by 2030. Jamel Larkins, who made headlines as one of the youngest pilots to solo a powered aircraft, is taking the challenge head-on.
Because of that, and a few conversations I had with the Federal Aviation Administration late last year, we decided to relaunch the Dream Launch Tour in 2025. But this time, we're going to do it a little bit different. One significant advantage of it is that we're going to introduce a program called Aviation Start.
Aviationstart.org, a comprehensive resource connecting aspiring aviation professionals with over $20 million worth of scholarships and funding opportunities distributed annually. Addressing another critical industry shortage, a new program is aiming to increase the pipeline of qualified air traffic controllers through an innovative training approach.
We created ATCFO. It stands for Air Traffic Control Future Operators. As everybody in here knows, there's a shortage of air traffic controllers. Travis Technical College and Bartow Executive Airport have been working for about 5, maybe even longer, years to try to get an air traffic control program.
And now back to the Sun and Fun Radio Deck, brought to you in part by Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport.
Welcome back to Chats from the Deck Live, coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida. Let's turn up the fun at 51. It's a great morning here at Sun and Fun. This Saturday, big day Saturday. Although we're kind of reaching the end of the week, we're probably have a huge percentage of the week's activities will take place today. It's a big day, a lot of things going on, and if you're here, that's the right choice. If you're on your way, get over here because there's a lot of fun things going on, and the weather's beautiful. It's going to be hot if you take care about the sun, but other than that, it's going to be a beautiful day. Joined this morning in our first segment by Craig Tinder, who is with Aces in Action. Craig, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Jack. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. You've been with us before, and we've enjoyed seeing the things that you work on. And tell us a little bit about so you are a military and aviation artist, is how you described yourself to me. Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, Aces in Action is my online art gallery that I operate. I've been doing aviation and military illustration for over 20 years now. I'm a licensed artist with the U.S. Department of the Navy. I focus primarily on military subjects, but I work with museums and restoration shops all over the world. What makes my artwork a little bit more unique than maybe some of the pieces you've seen out there is that I combine art, paintings, illustrations that I create with actual relics from the vehicles.
Yeah. Let's take Emma has been helping us. She's one of the volunteers here, and she's been helping us all week long, getting people set up and getting things people need, and she's been terrific. We've pressed her into service now as being a tripod. You are now an easel, all right? And Emma has one of your pieces of art here. This is just, well, first of all, it's a beautiful rendering. It's just very, very dramatic and pleasing to look at. But what you were referring to, I'm going to see if I can get my finger in here. I'm going to lean over here. I'm going to point to it, and you're going to say what I'm pointing to.
That's right. Right there, attached to the front of the art piece, is a fragment of the tire of the Memphis Belle, the actual Memphis Belle B-17 Flying Fortress from World War II.
That's actually rubber from from a tire that was on that aircraft.
That was absolutely on that aircraft. And so I worked with a number of different partners. This is my second Memphis Belle piece that I've created. This one in particular is really special. The depiction, for those of you who can't see the art piece, this art piece is titled "Memphis Awaits the Belle." And as you recall, after the 25 missions, the Memphis Belle was the first B-17 bomber to complete 25 missions and make it back to the United States. And so when they went on the War Bonds tour, her first stop was in Washington, D.C. And so the background that you're looking at right there is the Memphis Belle flying in formation with a P-38 Lightning, a B-26 Marauder, leaving that first stop in Washington, D.C. before we had Reagan and Dulles and all that air traffic. There's a small DC-3 down there. There's a large crowd standing out on the runway. And now the Memphis Belle is heading towards Memphis for the next big stop.
Nice.
And she was escorted by these two airplanes. A lot of people don't realize that she was escorted all over the United States. And that's the depiction, and it includes a nice relic of a piece of the actual aircraft.
Yeah. How do you actually put these settings together? I'm guessing you were not there that day. All right?
I was not, and I'll tell you, one of the questions I get most often is, how long does it take to create one of these paintings? It can take weeks to months to create, but 50% of that time is actually done in the research phase.
Sure, I can believe it.
In order to get things exact and right, not only do we go back to published works, books, and published journals and so forth, but I have a strong connection with the Library of Congress, the National Air and Space Museum, library, all of the artifacts that they have and details. But I also go back and I take the actual firsthand accounts from the pilots and those who were there, because they describe things such as the weather of the day. They'll write letters back. Veterans will write letters back to their parents describing what the scene was like, how many people were in the crowd, what the ground looked like, how beautiful the sky was. And then I go back and I take a lot of technology such as Google Earth, and I'll go back and put in the coordinates of where this event took place, and I'll look at the scenery, the types of trees, the time of year. I'll actually take the moon phase of that day back in 1945, and I can roll all this back using some technology, which gives me insight into depicting as accurate of a painting as possible.
Very, very interesting. For those people out there who are a little bit more knowledgeable with the technique or whatever of this kind of creation, what kind of medium are you using?
Yeah,
on
so
these?
this painting started off as an actual oil painting. I start off with sketches. I come up with 4 or 5 different versions of the arrangement that I'm looking for, and then I'll finally kind of tighten it up and settle it down. This one in particular began its life as an oil painting. It is limited edition. I do have a larger version. What we've brought with us right here is a 12 by 18 printed on aluminum, which is really nice. And the aluminum print is also framed in an aluminum frame. So nothing better than a all-metal aircraft printed on metal, framed in metal. But I do have the larger version, which is a 30 by 20 canvas with a solid hardwood frame. Because the fragments are so rare, in this edition, I only have 10 of the large ones and 5 of the small ones.
Okay.
So, and once they sell out, they're gone.
And what was the size of the original oil that you
The
did?
original oil is 30 by 40, so it's much larger. And that's what actually makes these prints, these limited edition prints, so detailed. I get a lot of questions about how do you paint so tight? Well, when you paint large and you reduce it down for the print, the detail explodes.
You get a little benefit out of that. Yeah.
That's right.
Other medium that you use, either in this or in other of your work?
Yeah, so I do a lot of profile illustrations for museums. I use digital illustration tools. I use tools called Corel Paint, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and these are layered approaches. These are not computer renderings. These are actually hand drawn using a Wacom drawing tablet. So it's like having a digital pen. And I go through and I paint items, illustrations like that. And as of just in recent years, a lot of museums are commissioning me to actually illustrate, paint their aircraft, and then we sell the prints in their gift shops so that patrons who come to the museums, they see the real airplane firsthand. They get to take a piece of the airplane home, which is just a real wonderful souvenir to kind of commemorate the history, commemorate the air crews who fought so valiantly, and with the relic, it becomes a real keepsake at that point.
Very cool. What does it mean to be a licensed artist for the Department of Navy?
Yeah, so I am a licensed artist with the U.S. Department of the Navy, so all of my naval subjects go through review, and they become officially licensed products by the U.S. Department of the Navy. They are tagged with a Navy seal that is included on each one. Some of my products are actually sold at the Naval Air Museum in Pensacola. So it's a real honor to be able to work directly with the Navy, and that includes aircraft, ships, and tanks. One of my latest pieces that I just finished was the USS Kitty Hawk, which is the ship is currently being scrapped in Brownsville, Texas, with a company called International Shipbreakers, and they provided a piece of plate hull of the ship. All the steel is actually going to be brought into some of the new super carriers on the East Coast here when they get done. But that was a wonderful painting to be able to do. That one took quite a bit longer because instead of doing 3 aircraft like for the Memphis Belle, the entire deck of the aircraft carrier has about 30 aircraft, and every single one of them needs to be researched. You need to have the serial numbers because I go down to make sure that that depiction in 1979 of the Kitty Hawk did include all of those aircraft at the exact same time.
Very cool. There's plenty of things I could ask you about. We're reaching the end of our allotted time here. Where are you exhibiting here on the show?
We are. We love to come to Sun and Fun, and we invite everybody to stop by. We have lots of different items. We're selling artwork on small metal bookmarks that are real easy to carry out of here. We've got relic plaques that are 8 by 10, all the way up to the large artwork. We ship all over the world, so you don't have to haul a big piece of artwork out of here. And we're over right behind Hangar A. When you find the American flag, you've found Aces in Action.
And where can people find you on the internet?
acesinaction.com. You can join us over there. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
That's awesome. Thank you. Craig Tinder from Aces in Action with some beautiful artwork here. You ought to go over there and check out the rest of his stuff. Beautiful morning here at Sun and Fun 2025. The wind's starting to pick up, so it'll cool it off a little bit, but that's a little bit of an illusion. Be careful out there. But nevertheless, it's a beautiful day. And we're going to take a quick break here, but we'll be back in about 5 minutes with some more interesting interviews from Sun and Fun 2025.
Hello, this is Major Cyprian Castleman with Civil Air Patrol's Florida Wing. You are listening to Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788, 1510 AM, and online at liveatc.net/SNF.
They say you need one airplane to go fast, one to go slow, and one to go upside down. If you're into that third category, you can stop by the Sun and Fun Aerobatics Center and the Curtis Pitts Museum. The Aerobatics Center promotes stall spin awareness, unusual attitude recovery training, and better airmanship through aerobatics. All aviation enthusiasts are invited to stop by the center, located adjacent to the aerobatic tent, and enjoy the shade and hospitality.
Do you want to tour our entire flight line without all the walking? Get ready for an unforgettable experience at Sun and Fun, sponsored by EAA 797. Take a 20 to 30 minute ride through the flight line area and witness the incredible array of aircraft on display. From vintage classics to cutting edge marvels, there's something for everyone. Don't miss this unique opportunity to soar above the excitement. Book your ride today and make memories that will last a lifetime.
Looking for the perfect gift or souvenir? Airport Mugs just landed with premium ceramic mugs featuring all Bravo, Charlie, and Delta airport codes in America. Airport mugs are printed with your favorite airport code on one side and runway sectional information on the other. Use discount code MUGS20 at checkout for 20% off. Visit airportmugs.com. That's airport-mugs.com today and elevate your hot or cold beverage experience.
Welcome to Sun and Fun. We want everybody to have a great time this year, but there are a few simple rules to be followed. Please be careful around all moving airplanes. Spinning propellers are very dangerous and hard to see. Please make sure your lawn chairs are attended at all times so they do not blow into aircraft or injure people. Please closely supervise your children at all times. No smoking or food is permitted on the flight line. Pets are only allowed in the campground and must be leashed. For the complete set of rules, please go to flysnf.org. Have a great time.
It's Dr. David Kolbaba.
Yes, hydration is everything. So what happens in the sun? Our bodies perspire to keep us at 98.6, and that warm breeze across our face evaporates water from our bodies too. And those caffeinated beverages are diuretics, which means that when we drink them, we can become dehydrated. So stay ahead of the curve by drinking water all throughout your stay here at Sun and Fun. For Sun and Fun Radio, this is Dr. David Kolbaba.
Aviation meets art, and every aircraft is a masterpiece at D-Moore Group, offering Waco biplanes inspired by the golden age of aviation and German-engineered Junkers light sport aircraft. D-Moore's handcrafted aircraft blend timeless elegance with modern performance. 4 models are on display at Sun and Fun. Visit booth MD8A or WacoAircraft.com to see masterpieces designed for true aviators.
Kick off Sun and Fun 2025 with an unforgettable opening night concert on the Warbird Ramp, sponsored by Wealth MD. On April 1st, 2025 at 6:30 p.m., Tyler Hubbard and Uncle Kracker take the stage for a country music celebration under the stars. Ditch the sneakers and throw on your cowboy or cowgirl boots. Make it the perfect date night or a night out with friends. Grab some great food and bring a blanket or chairs and sing along to your favorite hits surrounded by airplanes. This is a show you don't want to miss.
Calling all pilots and aircraft enthusiasts. Don't miss out on the Flyby Showcase, a complimentary activity at Sun and Fun. Show off your aircraft in flight at the show center while a description of your pride and joy is shared with the crowd. Join us daily at 9 a.m. for a briefing about the flyby pattern and staging times. Each aircraft or group has exclusive use of the pattern for up to 6 minutes. It's a fantastic opportunity to exhibit your aircraft in action to the many guests at the event. See you at the Flyby Showcase, featured daily from 10:30 a.m. until 12 p.m.
It's Dr. David Kolbaba.
Did you know that when you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated? That's why good old-fashioned H2O is the way to go. Caffeinated beverages, a choice for many who become thirsty, can actually cause even more dehydration due to the caffeine. The early stages of dehydration cannot be detected, and that's why you got to go with the water every chance you get. For Sun and Fun Radio, this is Dr. David Kolbaba.
After an action-packed day at Sun and Fun, unwind with live nightly entertainment at the Corn Roast stage in the campground. Savor the taste of freshly roasted corn and soak in the lively atmosphere as the sun sets. With great music.
And now back to the Sun and Fun Radio Deck, brought to you in part by My Airport, Green Bay, Austin Straubel International.
Welcome back to Chats from the Deck Live, coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida. Let's turn up the fun at 51. Good morning, Sun and Fun Radio fans. This is Pilot Jim G coming to you live from the deck of Sun and Fun Radio with my co-host Randy Bibb. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, Jim. Looks like a beautiful day of flying shaping up for us today.
The clouds are starting to gather. It's that's only an hour ago we looked at the sky and it was clear blue. Starting to build up that afternoon humidity here in Central Florida. Randy, we've got a great guest with us for the next few minutes here on the deck. Esther Misius, you're a college student and you're active in Civil Air Patrol in West Virginia.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to tell us a little bit about your experience, how did you get involved in aviation? How did you find Civil Air Patrol? Tell us how you got started.
Yes, so I moved to West Virginia when I was about 11, and that's when I started in CAP. I was looking for a internship into a NASA program, and actually when you Google it, CAP is the first thing that comes up. So I have a squadron that's about 8 minutes away from my house. Started attending meetings there. In order to join, you have to attend at least 3 meetings to make sure that you're a good fit for the squadron's a good fit for you and your family schedule. You have to be at least 12 to join, and dedication time is pretty much up to each individual, how much you want to dedicate your time and attention and energy to the program.
Is the program affiliated with your college in any way?
Mine currently not. No.
Okay. How many activities does your group do a week? I mean, is it a weekly thing on the weekends? Is it something every day? Give us an idea of how active they are.
Yes, so we have weekly meetings on Tuesday evenings. That happens every single Tuesday unless the county cancels school for some reason like weather or something like that. And we have every month there's at least 2 Saturday activities where we do extra training, or it's just time for the cadets to get to know each other more, for the parents to ask questions, more like an open house setting.
And is there a flight training component?
Yes, so through CAP you get free what we call orientation flights, and it explains there's 4 different flights that you can do. Each of them are different levels of pilot training to see if that's something the cadets want to be interested in.
Okay.
And you're allowed to do that up until you're 18.
The airport I fly out of, there's a chapter station there, North Central Arkansas. And these kids, or young aviators, I like to call them, are marching. You're doing formation. I mean, you're in uniform, so you are issued dress uniforms and battle dress uniforms and rank. And so you're associated with the Air Force, I understand?
Yes, sir. So Civil Air Patrol is an auxiliary of the Air Force. So we follow their rank, their manuals, their drill manuals, uniform manuals. Everything is based off the Air Force.
Jim and I interviewed a gentleman from NORAD yesterday, and he said that the Civil Air Patrol actually does a number of the search and TFR intrusion airplanes. I had no idea that they did that.
Yeah, so CAP has several different missions, is what we call them. So we have the aviation mission. There's a huge scholarship that they'll give students to get all the way up to their instrument ratings if they have an instructor in their area that can do that. They don't pay instructor fees, they don't pay rental fees, they just pay insurance and fuel. That's all.
That has got to be the best way to get into aviation.
It is a huge blessing in that way. We also have a search and rescue mission. There's different levels that you can get that allows you to go into more intense trainings. We do a lot of, like, for my area, because I live in the mountains, we do a lot of hikers that go missing. That's most of our trainings. I love down aircraft that hit the mountain, things like that.
It was really interesting to watch and see. You're being taught this military discipline and roles and rank and respect, and so there are many other aspects of the CAP other than just flying. I perceived it to think, well, it's a flying organization, but it's much, much, much more than that.
Yes, and even those 2 missions are just scraping the surface. We do a lot of drill competitions. We do a lot of cybersecurity competitions. There's a rifle badge that you can earn. There's recruiting. There's a million other things that you can do.
Are you doing anything here at Sun and Fun?
Yes, sir. So Civil Air Patrol has an activity that runs here at Sun and Fun in conjunction with the Airside Crowd Control. So our event is Red Ace, and we aid in flightline marshaling. We work on the Warbirds ramp. We work on crowd control. So there's about this whole activity ranges in numbers for years, but this year we have about 50 of them, 50 total students and adults. And I'm the cadet commander for the event for this year.
Congratulations.
It's my second year.
Big responsibility. And you're all camping together here on the field?
Yes, sir. We have 4 SSS's on our campsite.
Super, super. When you say marshaling, or crowd control rather, are we crowd controlling people or airplanes? Or both?
People.
Oh, people. Okay.
People not to get hit by propellers and conga lines is our main mission.
That's a great service you guys provide.
There's security aspects as well. I'm sure you're trained in see something, say something.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
a big aspect too. We heard a story the other day about one of you guys seeing someone, and they were having a medical emergency, and people were called. So you guys it's more than just the job you're tasked.
Yes, it's our kids are told to be completely situational aware, looking everywhere at all times.
Yep.
And looking out for the public, not just to stop them from crossing where they're not supposed to, but also for heat exhaustion. All of our kids have to be trained in a basic emergency services before they're allowed to attend the event.
Are they selected from your chapter or from all chapters around the country?
So we have kids from all over the country. So I'm from West Virginia. We actually have more people out of state than we do Florida cadets.
And how do you? Is it a competition to be selected to come here to Sun and Fun to be in this group?
There's definitely certain requirements. You have to be at least 15. You have to have your first aid done. You have to have certain, like I said, emergency services qualifications done in order for us to look at your application. And then from there, we'll see how many other specialties like flight line marshaling or certain radio requirements that you have before we'll let you attend.
It's a military operation. You have to check a certain box to be able to be tasked to do a certain thing. Proper training. Well, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Where do you think this is going to take you? Are you bound for the Air Force? Is that your intent?
It's definitely a possibility on the horizon.
Okay.
I currently work as a A&P mechanic assistant as well, so I'm looking more towards the A&P and pilot aspect.
The Air Force could use some mechanics.
Yes. So once I graduate this winter, my goal is to go into at least the Guard for now.
Okay, and what's your major area?
I'm a business admin major with a focus in aviation.
Sounds great. What has been the most rewarding or memorable aspect of being involved with CAP so far for you?
Definitely the most rewarding is how much character building the program has put me through. I've been in for about 7 years now, so I've done almost everything a cadet can do. I've climbed the ranks as high as you can as well, so everything that it's allowed me to do and the people it's allowed me to meet has allowed me to get this far in life.
You've worked with other incoming cadets?
A lot,
right?
more than I can count.
And I imagine it must feel very rewarding to see them develop and follow. Now are you out of the chapter once you graduate? Is that how that works?
You age out at 21.
21. So you have a little time.
Yes, sir. I have a year.
So you age out at 21, and is there an opportunity to come back and be a unit commander, or
you can come back as an adult as what we call senior members?
Oh, we could be senior members.
I do know several pilots who have been active senior members in Civil Air Patrol, either as group commanders or as professional. They bring their professional skills from the workplace. Esther, thank you so much for taking the time to come over and share your experience with Civil Air Patrol. I hope it's an inspiration to others who are listening.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome. This is Randy Bibb and pilot Jim G with Sun and Fun Radio. We're going to take a break for some of our sponsor messages, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, this is Kevin Streeter of the Let's Talk Flying podcast. You're listening to WPEP 788 on 1510 AM Lakeland and on the web at liveatc.net/SNF.
Here's some more info on our Sun and Fun hands-on workshops located near the main entrance of the expo. Are you interested in learning about composite materials, layups, hot wiring, and mold making? Want to learn all about fastener types, swagging and safety wiring, or riveting and drilling techniques? What about the polyfiber aircraft covering system? Maybe even try some or all of these yourself? Come take advantage of our no-cost Sun and Fun hands-on workshops located at the corner of Tom Mack Road and Crossfield Way.
It's Dr. David Kolbaba.
You know, the best protection against the harmful rays of the sun is light clothing. That's right. Thin cotton clothing is about the best way to avoid excessive sun exposure. And this protection comes with absolutely no risks of doing harm, especially important for those of us traveling from the northern states. A wide-brimmed hat is another healthy option to reduce excessive sun exposure. For Sun and Fun Radio, this is Dr. David Kolbaba.
Attention aviators, since 1984, Gulf Coast Avionics has been your go-to source for avionics, instruments, and pilot supplies worldwide. Proudly sponsoring Hangar D, they offer top-notch installation and repair services for both certified and experimental aircraft. Come celebrate over 40 years of unbeatable pricing and service. You can visit Gulf Coast Avionics in Hangar D, booth 30 through 33, or check them out online at gca.aero. Fly smarter, upgrade with the best, and see why pilots trust GCA.
Sun and Fun welcomes our veterans and active duty military. There is so much to see and do at the Veterans Plaza near the main entrance. You can visit the Veterans Welcome Tent, military displays, war reenactors, VA and veteran services, daily presentations in the Air America tent, live entertainment Friday and Saturday at 1700 hours, and much more.
If you missed it last year, now's your chance to witness the most epic night of entertainment in the sky. Sun and Fun 51 is taking the night air show to the next level with an electrifying fireworks celebration featuring drones, lasers, airplanes, pyrotechnics, and more. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind aerial spectacle where the sky is the stage and the show is like nothing you've ever seen before. Wednesday, April 2nd and Saturday, April 5th at dusk at Sun and Fun. Win a formation flight, meet aviation celebrities, and demo Bose aviation headsets at Sun and Fun booth number 007. Experience the difference in audio clarity and clear communication with Bose. When you purchase an A30 or ProFlight Series 2 headset, you'll receive free Quiet Comfort earbuds. Plus, get 10% off each additional headset purchased at the show. Bose. Quiet the noise, amplify the experience.
It's Dr. David Kolbaba.
You know, Sun and Fun is synonymous with being outside and walking considerable distances, and the combination of sun exposure, heat, and movement can cause physical challenges to our body. Water, shade, and rest can prevent overheating that can lead to what is known as heat stroke, aka sunstroke. Early warning signs include flushing of the face, nauseousness, rapid breathing, and headache. So pay attention, get your water, shade, and rest. For Sun and Fun Radio, this is Dr. David Kolbaba.
Attention vintage aircraft owners. Are you flying your classic beauty to Sun and Fun this year? Ensure your factory-built aircraft qualifies for our vintage parking. Choose from categories like antique, classic, and contemporary, covering planes built up to 1970. Vintage pilots will be near the island, offering refreshments, entertainment, and support services. Visit the Vintage Hospitality Building for event and camping registration, located west of the vintage parking area. Camp with your aircraft and explore our Flying Early camping package. See you at Sun and Fun.
Attention all aviation enthusiasts. Don't miss out on the Innovation Showcase at the Future in Flight Plaza. Discover cutting-edge technology from leading companies like Aerosys Tech, Aileronics Grindstone, Lift Aircraft, and more. From FlightSim.com to Molnar and beyond, this is your chance to see the future of aviation in action. Join us and explore the latest innovations shaping the industry. You can visit the Innovation Showcase today in the Future in Flight Plaza.
Here's some more info on our Sun and Fun hands-on workshops, located near the main entrance of the expo. Your requests have been heard loud and clear. Lincoln Electric is back to share their wealth of knowledge on TIG welding techniques. Make sure to stop by their workshop off Tom Mack Road to learn and engage with their skilled representatives. Get ready to spark your creativity. Join us for an unforgettable experience filled with learning and exploration. The Sun and Fun hands-on.
And now, back to the Sun and Fun Radio Deck, brought to you in part by Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport.
Hi, and now I'm supposed to talk.
You're supposed to say something now.
Welcome back to Chats from the Deck Live, coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida. Let's turn up the fun at 51. I'm Jack Hodgson, sort of here. I'm more or less here. But I just... Yeah, we were ready. We were ready. I just got momentarily distracted. I'm here with two of my very, very good friends, and we're going to just chat about stuff for a little while. That's Randy Bibb is there. Hi, Randy. How you doing?
Hello. We're playing a who's on first thing there for just a second.
I do this on the podcast every time. I always they seem to be puzzled by who I'm going to introduce first, and I can't decide if they're like happy or sad that they're second. But that's Jim Goldman over there.
Yeah,
and
here I am.
Jim is going to chat with us for a little while here. And as longtime listener or regular listeners of Sun and Fun Radio know, we are a large part of the announcing team here, and we've been spending the week talking with a lot of different people who have come past us here on the Sun and Fun Radio deck, and it's pretty interesting. But I have a more significant, perhaps non-aviation related question for Randy. What is it that Schallbetter's not here? All right, so we can talk.
We can talk about him. He's not listening.
Yeah. No one tell Dave what we talk about here, okay?
What is it he calls you? Bibendium? Or what the heck is it?
He calls me many things, but I hear that one most frequently. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what he's... and I have not a clue what David is thinking about is a perfectly reasonable answer.
Well, I think it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
Here, Michelin Tire Company, they apparently had a caricature that was a person made out of...
I'm familiar, yes, right. It was sort of like balloony kind of...
yes, he showed me a photo. Apparently, that was this character's
nickname,
okay.
That's
what they called this character.
I see.
And, of course, the bibendium or whatever that was,
right,
is the manufacturing, part of the manufacturing process for the tire. So he calls me this.
Okay. See, I'm going to apologize because what comes to my mind is that someone's got to get together with Photoshop and a picture of bibendium and your face. And
I don't know if we want to see that.
I think I want to see it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to show it to the world. Jim, what are you up to this morning? What's going on?
Well, I'm happy to be here on the deck and talking to some great folks. I'm watching, when I have a chance, I watch the incoming traffic coming down Leanhout's Way, which will be an all-day-long stream of people coming in here. I've helped a few people find their way around the grounds. I help them with the maps. When I see somebody standing out there holding the map in front of them and going, and just that, they have that look on their face, I can tell.
Yeah.
And I just go, you need some help? Oh, please. And it's like, great, no problem. I can get you in the right direction. So I've been doing some of that. Mm-hmm. And watching our co-host eat waffles. That's another exciting activity.
Well, it kind of is, actually. The waffles here are legendary for a good reason. They're very, very good.
Really good.
Dave doesn't pay us all that well, but we get waffles.
Each waffle...
I pay you in waffles.
That's right.
Yeah. Each waffle very likely reduces the length of your life by a year or at least a few days because of the stuff that's in them that simultaneously make them taste wonderful.
We had a choice to be paid with Bitcoin or waffles, and it was unanimous. We all
wanted
get
waffles.
Waffles.
Yep.
Well, everything, you got to know that we buy this stuff by the restaurant size cases, right?
Yeah.
And the restaurant, one bag of mix is like 3.5 pounds.
Yeah.
You have to know it's going to be good when the recipe says melt a pound of butter, blend a dozen eggs.
Well, no joke. Trip mixes the batter, all right,
in a 5-gallon bucket.
In a 5-gallon hardware bucket, plastic hardware bucket,
Yep.
all right.
Not surprised.
It's nicely clean. I checked, right? But it is in fact a hardware bucket, 5-gallon, and he does it probably more than once a day. I don't know.
Yeah, I know he does one a day. I think we came into the event with 6 or 7 bags, and I'm sure that by the end of the event, depending on when the next waffle happening is, I'll be ready to order. I usually order 2 cases at a time.
Yeah.
So I get 16 bags of mix.
Yeah, and how much butter do you go through in the week?
Well, if we're going 7 bags of mix, we're using 7 pounds of butter and 7 dozen eggs.
Yeah.
Plus whatever people put on butter. People like, oh, this is a waffle. You got to have butter on the waffle. They don't realize there's a pound of butter in it.
So
you're getting the mix says it makes 35 waffles. So you're getting a 35th of a pound of butter. You get a half ounce of butter with every waffle.
Yeah. So they're terrific waffles, but we're all going to die a little sooner.
Yeah, and that's golden malted goldenmalted.com I used to keep it a secret, but goldenmalted.com is who makes the waffle mix that we use. If you go, most of the restaurants, or a lot of restaurants use it, and most hotels that have the free continental breakfast and they've got a waffle station, they have the golden malted mix. And I actually had somebody call me, hey, I'm staying at a hotel and they had the golden malted waffles. That's what you use, isn't it? I said, he said, man, these are nowhere near as good as yours. And I said, because they're using the Just Add Water mix.
Well, there's a constant stream of people on our back patio seeking Tripp's
yeah,
waffles.
It's become a thing. I mean, if you're, and what are the rules of who's welcome back there, David?
Anybody and everybody is welcome to come in and have a waffle. We ask. We're not selling them. We are giving the waffles away. We ask if you would please make a donation, but we're not selling them, because then we'd be competing with our food vendors and stuff. Anybody's welcome to come get a waffle.
Oh, okay.
And I laugh and I tell people, I said, well, just go back. You show up at the back deck and tell Chef I said hook you up with a waffle, but be advised, these are waffle crack. And we're like drug dealers. We give you the first one to give you a taste and get you hooked. And when you come back, Jones, and for another one, yeah, baby. Well, here's our kitty. Go ahead. We'll give you another waffle. How much
we do not cover the cost of the cardiologist.
Yeah. Okay. Well, David is making all that stuff up here, but no,
that's what I tell people.
That's
legitimately what I tell people.
We. Yeah, you come on up on the deck. You'll see a crowd. You make your way over near to the waffle station. And all kidding aside, there's a list. You sign your name. You add your name to the waiting list. And when your turn comes up, you'll be handed a plate with a waffle. And there's some syrup and
my name's on the list. I'm waiting for them to bring a waffle to me here on air.
Yeah, Tripp.
Chef Tripp is the best. He keeps everybody straight.
I don't know what Tripp was thinking, because he was not here first thing this morning. He actually went off to watch some of the air show, the balloon stuff. But I don't know who told Tripp that he could actually go see the fly-in. But
I did.
Yeah, but so it's your fault.
Because Tripp sent me a text this morning before I left the house saying, balloon launch scrub, don't rush.
Yeah. Okay. So
he was that's why he wasn't here.
So as a result,
waffles,
coffee and waffles were a tiny bit later this morning.
And we're also a hydration station, right, Dave? We mentioned hydrating, and we're plenty of water.
If you have your own water bottle and you want to fill it up, you're welcome to stop by the back deck at Sun and Fun Radio. And not only do we have water, we have lemonade.
Yep.
So you can stop by, because we are a hydration station. We want people.
I had the lemonade yesterday afternoon for the first time. That's very good lemonade. I enjoyed that a lot. And apparently it's better to hydrate you or something like that. There's some chemistry involved.
Electrolytes and sugar. Lemon is super, super good for you. It has a lot of electrolytes, and lemonade has sugar, both of which are good to keep you energy and hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Much as we love our coffee and our root beers and our colas and our beer, that stuff that actually dehydrates you. I did not know that. I only learned that a couple of years ago. Basically, with the exception of something like Mountain Dew that has 10 bazillion grams of caffeine in each one, most dark beverages contain caffeine, and caffeine dehydrates you.
Yes.
Caffeine is a diuretic, and it will dehydrate you. So you got to watch out for that.
Yep.
But drink your water, wear your sunscreen, get yourself a hat. They're selling some pretty cool Island straw hats out there. I got a nice, I don't know if they got this year's logo or last year's logo on them. We got some really cool straw hats you can buy.
Every year I buy a souvenir pin. I got a collection of them at home, kind of like that pins
Kinda
on
like
your
my hat.
hat. And every year I note the price just goes up a little bit every year.
Funny how that works.
Amazing.
It's called influence. Well, that's the one that amazes me is when I was reviewing the recording for the corn roast, and it's $3 an ear. When we first started selling the roasted and the husked corn here at Sun and Fun, it was 50 cents an ear. But you got to remember, I've been coming for 46 years, so most of this was not here when I came to Sun and Fun the first time.
You were but a child when you started.
I was 16 years old.
16 years old.
16. All right, well, we're going to cut into a break, and when we come back, we're going to have some of our friends from the show Airplane Repo. And we're going to be talking about a friend we lost, and they might stay on a little bit and talk about Dragon Ranch. So stay tuned, folks. We have got a full day of really great stuff, and you're listening to Sun and Fun Radio. We will be back. Gentlemen, thank you very much for covering for me while I played chairman. We will be back in just a few minutes, folks.
Hello, this is Russ Rosleski from the Stuck Mike Avcast. You're listening to Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788, 1510 AM, and online at liveatc.net/SNF.
Need a pick-me-up? Swing by Legendary Aviation Coffee Company, your official coffee sponsor of Sun and Fun. You can find them in Hangar A at booth A1 or on the flight line across from Coconut Flyers. They're giving back. 10% of all sales in Hangar A and 25% of Flightline Cup sales go to Sun and Fun's nonprofit. And for all of April, 10% of online sales at legendaryroasters.com supports the cause. Sip, enjoy, and make a difference, one legendary cup at a time.
Enjoying all the aircraft is one of the leading reasons people come to Sun and Fun, and we are pleased to open Flightline access to all of our guests. However, please help protect people and aircraft by following a few simple rules. Warning: aircraft in motion have spinning propellers that are very dangerous and hard to see. Please avoid all moving aircraft. Do not touch aircraft without the owner's permission. Always be aware of belt buckles, cameras, and other hard objects that could scratch or dent the airplane. For the complete set of rules, please go to flysnf.org. Have a great time this year.
Discover the incredible mission of Samaritan's Purse at Sun and Fun. Tour their DC-8, the only U.S. registered DC-8 in the world, used for critical relief missions after major disasters. Explore a portion of their emergency field hospital and see the water filtration system that travels aboard this life-saving cargo plane. Don't miss this unique opportunity to learn how Samaritan's Purse brings hope and help worldwide. Tours are open daily. Come be inspired.
Sun and Fun and the Aerospace Center for Excellence are pursuing the mission of a brighter future through aviation with Project Stratos, an aviation leadership and art program. High school juniors submitted aviation-themed essays and original works of art. From the hundreds of entries, a pool of semifinalists and finalists were selected. You can spot these high achievers during the event wearing Project Stratos t-shirts and representing the future of aviation.
Sun and Fun's volunteer jet team hospitality ensures the comfort and enjoyment of our visiting jet team friends and family by offering hospitality services such as shuttle transportation, snacks and beverages, local information, and more to our guest jet teams. Additionally, they coordinate a meet and greet between the jet team and local youth groups, allowing them to experience Sun and Fun firsthand and create lasting memories. Thank you, Jet Team Hospitality, for making the Blue Angels feel welcome this year.
Attention aviators, since 1984, Gulf Coast Avionics has been your go-to source for avionics, instruments, and pilot supplies worldwide. Proudly sponsoring Hangar D, they offer top-notch installation and repair services for both certified and experimental aircraft. Come celebrate over 40 years of unbeatable pricing and service. You can visit Gulf Coast Avionics in Hangar D, booth 30 through 33, or check them out online at gca.aero. Fly smarter, upgrade with the best, and see why pilots trust GCA.
Sun and Fun offers many services for our handicapped guests. Handicap parking is available near the registration building. Please let the parking attendant know so they can wave you onto the lot. We have a golf cart that will shuttle people from the handicap parking lot to the ticketing window or the scooter rental. You can bring your own wheelchair or scooter, or we have them available for rent on a daily basis near main registration. Please visit the Handicap Services office located on the west side of the admissions building in the Main Gate Plaza, or go to flysnf.org for more information. Every day from 10:30 a.m. until noon here at Sun and Fun, we have a great opportunity for manufacturers and individuals to exhibit their aircraft in action in the flyby pattern at Show Center. Each aircraft or group of aircraft has exclusive use of the flyby pattern for 6 minutes while a representative extols its virtues over the PA system. These free showcase flybys are one of our most popular attractions and are a great opportunity to show off your aircraft. Please visit flysnf.org to register and for more information.
Calling all home-built aircraft enthusiasts, planning to fly your masterpiece to Sun and Fun this year? Don't miss our Perseverance Award for newly completed or almost complete home builds. Join us in the home build area located just west of 523 and south of the VOR, offering prime views of showcase flybys and daily air shows. Explore different aircraft types, chat with builders, and gather tips in our home built aircraft area. Plus, don't forget to inquire about aircraft judging. Registration ends Friday at noon. Swing by the island for refreshments, entertainment, and support services. See you there! Hey kids, are you interested in learning about science or parachutes? If you are between grades K through 6, you can attend a Piedmont Aerospace Labs workshop. These exciting labs run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily in the Kids Zone, located at the front entrance. The Kids Zone is also packed with many more cool aviation-themed activities, including a rock.
Hello, this is Lizzie Havens. You're listening to Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788, 1510 AM, and online at liveatc.net/SNF.
And we're back. Welcome back to Chats from the Deck Live, coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida. We're turning up the fun at 51. And, you know, they're coming up with a slogan for next year. I say it's lots to do at 52. Actually, we're turning up the fun at 31 because Sun and Fun Radio is 31 years old this year. I can't believe I've been doing this for 31 years. I have had some great volunteers pass through the station, guest announcers, guest reporters. One of my favorite guest reporters was a man that used to be in a TV show called Airplane Repo, Mr. Kevin Lacey. I got the sad news earlier this year that we lost Kevin to cancer. And Kevin used his position with his, I guess, fame or notoriety, whatever you want to call it, with Airplane Repo to develop, and I always goof it up, Tango 130?
Tango 31.
I told you, I always goof it up. The Tango 31, which was a Texas Aero Club, similar to what we have here in the Lakeland Aero Club, getting kids involved, working on planes, learning to fly. They're still going, and people are still keeping his legacy alive. And, you know, and I've said over and over again, anything we can do to keep that going, the radio station will be happy to do. We're joined on deck this morning by Kevin's co-star on the show, Mr. Mike Kennedy, and the lovely Miss Valerie.
Thank you.
Sorry to be seeing you on the somber occasion this morning, folks. Why don't you tell me, Mike, why don't you tell me your favorite Kevin story?
Well, there was quite a few. He gave Discovery Channel fits. He was pretty demanding on the set, and you know, he was very particular about the way he wanted things, and he was very abrupt with them when they didn't do it the way he wanted. And what was ironic about it is he totally gave them fits on the set, yet they really liked his personality at the same time.
Yeah.
They always wanted Kevin every season when they signed us back up. As much trouble as Kevin gave him, they wanted him back because it was such
there's nobody like Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that the persona of, you know, the guy stealing airplanes for a living, which is, I mean, let's admit it, come on, it's reality based, but it was a recreation type show. I mean,
yes.
the
unscripted was
right.
more the adjective we like to use for it.
Yeah, and there were recreations of things that you guys did, and I mean, and the stories are great. The repo stories on Airplane Repo and in real life, there's some really cool stories out there, and I thought it was really neat that Discovery chose to do one on repossessing airplanes.
Absolutely. Any aviation show is good for our industry and for the kids coming up. And Kevin, I have to say, really, we should have had a reality TV show that was about behind the scenes, because oh my word, we would have so much fun after filming, because there were occasions, there were the three groups, we had three separate film crews, but once in a while we would do an episode together, and we'd stay up with Kevin. He was just always so much fun. I feel like he really was very passionate and got the most out of life, and that's the ultimate compliment.
We had the Tango 31 children, I say children, I'm sorry, young aviators on yesterday.
Oh, did you? That's great.
Four of them showed up, great, just energetic, happy, you know, and they weren't upset. They were just happy to live in, you know, Kevin's light, you know, and to carry on what he's doing, and they were very upbeat and positive, and like Dave said, things are still rolling, things are still going, and he didn't play favorites and Ponytail. You guys know Ponytail. That was his favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she said that when they were in public, people, oh my God, it's Kevin Lacey. He didn't want any of that. Yeah. These are my kids, and he introduced them as my
Yep,
kids.
yep.
And it's about my kids. Let's talk about my kids, not Kevin Lacey, not Airplane Repo. Let's talk about my kids. So,
well, even during interviews and stuff, I know I'd heard several times where the interviewers would want to talk about Airplane Repo, but he just wanted to talk about the kids and what he was doing to bring them into aviation.
Yeah.
He was very dedicated. He brought a lot of kids into it, which is necessary nowadays because there's kind of a void sort of in younger generation coming in and getting into aviation, and any way that we can help to inspire people is pretty essential right now. Seems like there's a lot more people retiring out and aging out than there are younger people coming in.
And we kind of knew that we spoke about that on Sun and Fun. We came on the air in 95. And from the beginnings of Sun and Fun Radio, we were talking about the looming pilot shortage. And, you know, the general public opinion was, yeah, Chicken Little, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Next thing you know, hey, you know, but Sun and Fun got on it and started the school here. And and the students, the whole thing with the Aero Club started because the students would get done with school and they'd wander around. Mike Zanudis was building the Breezer. He was renting hangar space. He was a Breezer dealer. They'd come in cargo containers, and he'd put them to assemble them and test them and sell them. And the students came by and wondered what he was doing, and he just started having them turn wrenches with him, and they got to fly. And next thing you know, the Lakeland Aero Club was born. Right. And that's the whole thing, is we have to get our kids involved. And Kevin was so into that. And you're right. He never wanted to talk about Kevin Lacey, the media personality. He wanted to talk about his kids. And you mentioned we had four of the kids here, four of the young people here.
Yes.
What you didn't see while you guys were up here on the deck on air with them was there was another half a dozen hanging out just off the deck, telling Kevin's stories. And one of my favorite things about Kevin was he was an absolute no nonsense, no BS kind of guy. And I think that's what our kids are so coddled nowadays. Yeah. That they need that kick in the butt. And Kevin was not afraid to do it, whether verbal or literal. Right. They needed a kick in the butt for something. Kevin would give it to them, and everybody loved him all the more for it. And he was a reporter for me. A lot of people don't realize that. Kevin was a reporter for Sun and Fun Radio, and I miss him. I miss him being around.
Yeah, it's a void being here without him being part of it.
He always had the selfie stick, and honestly, I think one time at Oshkosh he had flown was that a Taylorcraft they had, the little airplane?
Oh, it was a little Taylorcraft, yeah.
Yeah, he flew that in. He was camping under the plane. He had the plane loaded with his T-shirts. And this was before he wrote the book, and I have some beautiful video of him signing books. Oh, and I was always just so proud of him for getting that book done, because everybody out here, you've got people who were in wars, people who fly amazing airplanes, people who are air show performers. Everyone here has a story, and most of us don't get it down in a book. And that was something that, we have to be very proud of him for.
Yeah, he did an absolute outstanding job. We've only got about 2 minutes left here. Again, Kevin Lacey, Airplane Repo.
Should we do a plug?
31
Club. I don't know why I mental block.
It's Tango 13 Aero Club
Tango 31.
Tango 31.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Aero
I'm not
Club.
The only one.
.com or whatever. Is it .com? Because they're for fundraising. If anybody wants to donate to Tango 31, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and you can always, if you can't remember the website, just Google search Tango 31 Club. I believe they spell AERO. It's club, and I don't remember if he has an E on the end of club or something.
E.
Yeah, so Tango 31 Aero Club, and club has an E on the end. Great stuff. Search the web, you'll find it. Make a donation. Let's help keep Kevin Lacey's name alive and well for years. You guys have Dragon Ranch.
Yes.
You have a wild animal sanctuary here in Florida.
Yes.
And a couple hours away here from Lakeland. We're out of time in this slot, but I've got an opening at 11:45 if you can make it back. I would love to talk with you guys about the Dragon Ranch and what you guys do there.
It'd be great.
So again, we're speaking with Mike Kennedy and the lovely Miss Valerie Kennedy of Dragon Ranch. Mike was one of the stars of Airplane Repo, stealing airplanes for a living, still running in reruns. You got to check it out. Really neat stuff. Definitely worth watching. Hopefully one day they'll bring a revival, but it won't quite be the same.
No, it sure won't.
Thank you
so
for
much
having
inviting
us. And thank you for all these years.
Thank
yeah,
you.
it's been a
Service.
tradition to come see you as soon as we get here.
Thank you, and Godspeed, Kevin Lacey.
You are listening to Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788 1510 AM, and online at liveatc.net/SNF.
Start your day with Sun and Fun Today Live. Join in every morning at 9 a.m. for the latest highlights, breaking news, and exclusive interviews, straight from the heart of the action. Brought to you by Sun and Fun Media Productions, your front row seat to everything happening on the ground and in the sky. Don't miss a moment. Tune in live every day at 9 a.m.
Do you get as hungry as I do after spending a full day immersing yourself in all things aviation? If so, you could head down to the campground and enjoy corn on the cob roasted daily, so you can come and see why this has been a Sun and Fun tradition from year one, and sit around the fire and enjoy a night of entertainment with great corn and music for everyone. Located at the Sun and Fun's Convention Campground nightly.
Florida families, are you overpaying for insurance? James Boley's local Geico office on South Florida Avenue is here to help. This veteran-owned small business can help you save big on auto, home, boat insurance, and more. They just helped the Lakeland families save $1,000 a year. And with exclusive discounts for veterans, military, and government employees, their rates are so great you'll shout, "Holy moly, Boley!" Call or visit James Boley's local Geico office on South Florida Avenue today.
Calling all aircraft owners, builders, and restorers who flew their aircraft to Sun and Fun. Make sure to register for aircraft judging. From Tuesday through Friday, have your aircraft judged alongside your fellow aviators. Whether it's home builds, light planes, seaplanes, rotorcraft, ultralights, warbirds, or vintage classics, we've got a category for you. Winners will be celebrated at the Aircraft Judging Award Ceremony on Saturday evening at 6 o'clock p.m. in the Prop 75 building.
While we all have good views of the action here at Sun and Fun, if you're a professional photographer looking for the best views possible, then you will want to check out the Preferred Photo Seating Area. This area allows an unobstructed view of the air show and other event activities. It's located adjacent to the preferred seating, along the flight line and the air show announcer stand, so you know that's where the best of the action is. There is an extra fee of just $30 in addition to the event admission, and more details.
Need a pick-me-up? Swing by Legendary Aviation Coffee Company, your official coffee sponsor of Sun and Fun. You can find them in Hangar A at booth A1 or on the flight line across from Coconut Flyers. They're giving back. 10% of all sales in Hangar A and 25% of flight line cup sales go to Sun and Fun's nonprofit. And for all of April, 10% of online sales at legendaryroasters.com supports the cause. Sip, enjoy, and make a difference, one legendary cup at a time.
Looking to enjoy the air show up close and personal? Want to be right where the action is? Come to the preferred seating area, which is located on the flight line, right in front of the announcer stand. You'll have access to restrooms, some shaded areas, bag storage, and complimentary water. Seating is provided, so you don't even need to bring your own chair. All-day access to the preferred seating area is just $25 per person in addition to the regular admission, and a separate ticket is required. More information and ticket purchases can be found.
Here's some more info on our Sun and Fun hands-on workshops located near the main entrance of the expo. Never used an English wheel, mallets, or beads to shape metal? If not, the Metal Shaping Workshop is the right stop for you to learn. Have you seen a wooden prop carved? If not, come see what it all entails from start to finish. Ever wonder what it's like to gas weld? Come give it a try. The Sun and Fun Workshops, where you can learn all the skills needed to build your very own plane.
The Medical Hospitality Center is located on the corner of James C. Ray Drive and Tom Mack Drive, right across the street from the Piedmont 727. Their staff of highly qualified, professionally licensed doctors and nurses offer triage, suturing, intravenous rehydration, and minimal cardiac evaluation. They have sunscreen, blood pressure, and blood sugar testing, and a limited amount of over-the-counter items. Last year, they assisted with wound care, dehydration, headaches, blisters, insect bites, ear and eye issues, and minor trauma. Please feel free to stop by and visit them.
Getting tired of just grabbing a stale granola bar for breakfast? Want something different and more filling? You may want to try the Vintage Breakfast in a Cup. This yummy breakfast in a cup has eggs, cheese, sausage, and grits. Coffee, water, and lemonade are also available. Breakfast in a Cup is served all week from 7 to 10 a.m. at the Vintage Headquarters Building, located near the East Exhibit Gate.
Enjoying all the aircraft is one of the leading reasons people come to Sun and Fun, and we are pleased to open Flightline access to all of our guests. However, please help protect people and aircraft by following a few simple rules. Warning: aircraft in motion have spinning propellers that are very dangerous and hard to see. Please avoid all moving aircraft. Do not touch aircraft without the owner's permission. Always be aware of belt buckles, cameras, and other hard objects that could scratch or dent the airplane. For the complete set of rules, please go to flysnf.org. Have a great time this year.
And now back to the Sun and Fun radio deck, brought to you in part by the Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport.
And welcome back to Chats from the Deck Live, coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida. Let's turn up the fun here at 51. And folks, if you wonder, yes, I have a cheat sheet in front of me. I am not that smart to remember that or get it right every time. So I'm Dave Shellbitter, volunteer chairman of Sun and Fun Radio. I'm joined on deck by Randy Bibb, as I call him, Mr. Bibb, Mr. Bibendium.
Mr. Bibendium.
Mr. Bibendium. Does anybody know who Mr. Bibendium is? You know, because I told you yesterday. You know,
I know,
the Michelin
Dave.
Man. You know the Michelin Man.
Oh, yeah.
That's Mr. Bibb, Mr. Bibendium.
Oh, no kidding.
People don't know that. The Michelin Man
I sure didn't.
is actually Mr. Bibendium and his little Bibendium dog.
But you don't look like the Michelin Man.
Not
No,
yet.
I've
Not yet.
gotten to be that way. I've ballooned since last year. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man sitting here. But Mr. Bibb is on the deck with us. In the last segment, we were honoring our friend Kevin Lacey that we sadly lost way too early due to cancer last year. And we have Mike and Valerie Kennedy. Mike was on Airplane Repo with Kevin. We were laughing, telling Kevin stories and talking about his legacy and with the Tango 31 Aero Club that he started and that we're keeping his dream alive. And I was surprised to find out. I loved Airplane Repo, and I was excited as all heck to get you guys, back when you were on the air, to get you guys to come on the air. And in talking with you before we went on, like maybe that first or second time you went on the air, Valerie mentioned that you guys have a rescue, and you don't rescue puppies and kittens. You guys have a exotic animal rescue called the Dragon Ranch, and we're here today to talk about. We're here now in this slot to talk about the Dragon Ranch. So welcome back, Mike Kennedy and his much better half, Valerie.
Thank you.
Yeah, I always tell her that most people wouldn't even talk to me if I didn't have her with me. She opens the doors for me.
That's it.
Well, I have to say before we get started with Dragon Ranch that it has been an interesting ride with Mr. Kennedy. When we met in college, he said, "Would you like to come over and see my cat, Tanya?" Well, he was talking about a lion. And Andy drove a motorcycle. Andy was in a Daredevil show. And, man, just all the signs were there that I should run. But and from there, it was like, I think I was in Turkey with my sister. I come home. We go to Jacksonville to pick up this Western Cougar, which we named Shakespeare. It's sitting in the back seat of the car, and Mike said, "Oh, isn't it cute?" I'm like, "Gosh, Mike, I can't go away for a minute. You bring home a big cat." And of course, we were so fortunate to have the cougar, the leopard, the lynx, and all these animals live to old age, 20, 22 years, which shows Mike has such amazing husbandry skills.
Yeah,
so
our
I'll let
tiger
him-
died about a year ago, but he was 22 years old. And
That was Hollywood, right?
Yep. And
Hollywood was very popular on social media.
Oh, he
And-
was a wonderful cat. Of all the
Oh,
big
yeah.
cats we've had, he was the most social. You know, the circuses kind of get a bad rap, the mistreating animals and stuff like that. But if you used him as an example, he was a retired circus cat. He loved people so much. The bigger the crowd, the better he liked it. So he obviously was never mistreated. He wouldn't enjoy an audience the way he did.
And now you Dragon Ranch, and it's dragonranch.com, or do we just say go to MikeKennedy.org?
MikeKennedy.org.
And that'll navigate you in there.
And there's a Facebook page that's Dragon Ranch also.
Okay. So the Dragon Ranch. Now, where is Dragon Ranch located? Because you moved within the last couple of years. You moved into
Yeah,
a
we
much
sure did.
bigger location. 41 acres, I think you said?
95.
95.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
we're over at a little place called Osteen. It's over near New Smyrna Beach, over on the East Coast.
East Coast of Florida.
Yeah.
Osteen, yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got 95 acres.
Yeah.
And
it's a wildlife corridor through there. We love it. We wake up in the morning, there'll be 15, 20 deer in the yard. We've got a bear that
Nice.
hangs around, turkeys, hogs.
And these are all local wildlife that just happen to come by.
Yep.
And then you've got, what all do you have? I know you have, didn't you have longhorns last time?
Yep, we've got a herd of Texas Longhorns and a herd of Angus.
Wow.
And we've got a couple of horses that were just pets, but
And we still have, crocodiles and alligators and such. So.
yeah, 2 of our crocodiles are over at Gatorland on breeder loan right now. We've got
cool.
Cuban crocodile and an Australian saltwater crocodile at Gatorland.
Oh,
and then
neat.
we've got our big 14-foot American crocodile that's at the house with us.
And the back of my mind, I'm thinking, did you ever have one named Elvis or something? I forget. Or what's your one's name? Your buddy?
That was one of the king cobras.
Oh, king cobras.
Yeah,
was Elvis. Okay,
yeah, we've got venomous snakes too. In fact, just yesterday, we you mentioned that we kind of rescue the not so cute and cuddly, but we do some big stuff like rescuing the tiger from the Circus Act. But just yesterday while we were here, I had a friend call me and texted me a picture, said, "What kind of snake is this?" And I looked at it, and it was a coral snake.
Oh, no.
And he said, "Is it poisonous?" And I said, "Yeah, they're highly venomous, but they're not aggressive. They won't hurt anybody. This snake is so tiny, he'd have a hard time biting you if he wanted to. Just brush him outside. They live mostly underground and inside the bark of trees. It's rare you ever even see them."
Yeah.
So because of my encouragement, he just swept it out and let it go on its way. So
I remember a few years ago, you guys showed up and you had some baby raccoons.
The raccoons.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
people
we had some
love
orphaned raccoons.
Yeah, that was
we've raised several.
Yeah, you brought the raccoons to Sun and Fun. Did that happen on the way here? I mean, you had
no,
you
they
had
were
to
so
care
young that they were being bottle fed, and they had to be fed every few hours. So we just kept them with us. They spent the week here with us. And raccoons, when you bottle raise them, are just wonderful little animals. They're so playful and so affectionate. When you see them running around in the wild, knocking over your trash cans, you don't really appreciate what their personalities are like. When you raise them
Little
from
bears.
a baby, they're just
Little
so
bears.
much fun.
Yeah, in the bear family.
I didn't know that. I did not know
Yeah.
that raccoons were from the bear family. See, you guys teach me something every time I come here. Every time you show up, I learn something new. That's really cool. So, but we're talking about this different stuff. What else? Do you still have a lot of exotics on Dragon Ranch, or are you like occasionally here and there?
It's more occasional, but it comes and goes. It's like the tiger was totally unexpected. We just get a call out of the blue once in a while, and the circus was closing down. They needed someplace to place him, and the lady that was his trainer had been his trainer for 15 years, and she's an old friend of mine. And she knew that our leopard had recently died of old age, so she knew I had an open cage because, when you go to place an animal like that, it's difficult. There's not that many facilities, not that many people that are licensed, have the experience, have the facility to house an animal like that. It's very difficult. People will say, well, just put it in a zoo. It's not that easy.
Exactly.
A zoo doesn't just have a big enclosure sitting there ready for a tiger that needs a home.
And you can't take a tiger and throw it into an enclosure with another tiger. They're pretty territorial when it comes, especially small enclosures that you'd have at a zoo.
And he was a big tiger. Even for a tiger, he was 650 pounds. He was a big cat.
Yeah.
That is a big pussy cat. And I'm sure after you had him for a short time, he was a big pussy cat, wasn't he?
Oh, he had a wonderful personality. For as huge as he was, I mean, his forehead was 2 feet across. He was a big animal, but he was so friendly. He just loved people.
Yeah.
Now, you've invited April and I to stop by Dragon Ranch and see your spread. What about the general public? Do you guys offer, if somebody wants a tour, can they schedule a tour?
Oh, sure. We're not like a zoo that has gate out front. Just come in whatever time you want. But if somebody wanted to come by and they look us up on the web or Facebook or whatever, we're happy to have people come by and show them around, and that's always welcome.
We have an open cage also that is waiting for some animal that needs a home. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're USDA licensed and Florida Fish and Wildlife, and even though Hollywood was our last big cat, and we lost him a year ago, we keep our licenses current and keep the cages. We get inspected every 6 months because you never know when we'll get another call.
Yeah, and that's a very good point. You can't just have a tiger, a leopard, an alligator, an elephant. You can't just bring those in your house as a pet. When they're exotics, certain ones you have to have. I mean, you can do peacocks and stuff like that. You know, fowl, but you can't have big cats and you can't have big reptiles without a proper license. It's a very valid point to make. And
those licenses get harder to obtain all the time.
Yeah.
If I ever let those lapse, it'd be difficult to get them back.
All right, one more time. We're running out of time. MikeKennedy.org.
MikeKennedy.org, yep.
And Dragon Ranch on Facebook.
Yes.
You got to look them up, folks. You got to say really, really cool stuff. I appreciate you guys hanging out and doing this second interview.
Thank you.
Always happy to.
Thanks for having us.
Mike Kennedy, the lovely Valerie Kennedy, thank you guys so much for being here. Folks, stay tuned. We've still got a full day of excitement and interviews here. Sun and Fun Radio.
Hello, this is Glenn from Bartow, Florida. You're listening to Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788, 1510 AM, and online at liveatc.net/SNF.
A daily showcase of select warbirds, historic military aircraft, and the stories of those who flew them in harm's way. Victory's Arsenal Theater will present an aircraft each morning in front of the grandstands on the Sun and Fun Warbird ramp. At 10:30 a.m. and then again at 11:30 a.m., the pilot or owner of the aircraft will share their unique personal insight and history of that warbird service. Please take a look at the mobile app for a detailed schedule.
Ever wondered how you can serve your community, explore aviation, and develop leadership skills? Civil Air Patrol is the official civilian auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force, open to youth and adults. Whether you're interested in aerospace education, emergency services, or cadet programs, there's a place for you. Stop by our booth next to the Lakeland Aero Club and discover how you can get involved. Visit GoCivilAirPatrol.com to learn more. Civil Air Patrol, citizens serving communities, above and beyond. Imagine ordering medicine for a sick child and having it delivered to your home in just 30 minutes. That's the future of delivery with Wing Aviation, already serving Dallas and expanding soon. With over 450,000 successful deliveries worldwide, Wing is revolutionizing convenience for busy parents, shift workers, and those with mobility challenges. See their cutting-edge aircraft and technology in action all week at Sun and Fun. You can learn more and find out when they're coming to your area at wing.com/Florida.
They say you need one airplane to go fast, one to go slow, and one to go upside down. If you're into that third category, you can stop by the Sun and Fun Aerobatics Center and the Curtis Pitts Museum. The Aerobatics Center promotes stall spin awareness, unusual attitude recovery training, and better airmanship through aerobatics. All aviation enthusiasts are invited to stop by the center, located adjacent to the aerobatic tent, and enjoy the shade and hospitality.
Get ready to party with a purpose at the Bash, Sun and Fun's signature fundraising event. Join us Thursday, April 3rd, 2025 from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Florida Air Museum. Enjoy a cocktail reception, delectable cuisine, and exciting silent and live auctions. Every dollar raised supports the Aerospace Center for Excellence's year-round STEM education programs, shaping the future of aviation. Don't miss this unforgettable evening. Get your tickets now at flysnf.org/activities. Sun and Fun wishes to thank our sponsor, Flight Simulation Association. Flight Simulation Association is committed to expanding the impact of flight simulation in real-world aviation. You can visit them at the Bueller Hangar across from the Boeing 727 during the 2025 Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo, April 1st through 6th. For even more flight sim, attend the Flight Sim Expo this June in Providence. You can visit flightsimexpo.com for information and tickets.
Hello aviation enthusiasts. Experience the excitement of show planes at Sun and Fun. Witness the stunning array of aircraft in our show plane parking areas, including home-built, vintage, warbird, light planes, seaplanes, and rotorcraft. Explore the home-built aircraft area for a chance to chat with owners and discover building tips. Vintage aircraft parking showcases planes from different eras, while the warbird ramp offers an up-close view of historic military aircraft. Don't miss the Seabird area, where unique seaplanes gather, and Paradise City, the hub for light planes. And for rotorcraft enthusiasts, head to the rotorcraft area. Join us at Sun and Fun and immerse yourself in the world of aviation.
Looking for the perfect gift or souvenir? Airport Mugs just landed with premium ceramic mugs featuring all Bravo, Charlie, and Delta airport codes in America. Airport Mugs are printed with your favorite airport code on one side and runway sectional information on the other. Use discount code MUGS20 at checkout for 20% off. Visit airportmugs.com. That's airport-mugs.com today and elevate your hot or cold beverage experience.
We've got the Whip Air Caravan, which we call the Yukon. This is a 25% shorter takeoff roll and no loss in cruise speed. So this thing is an absolute monster in takeoff and climb.
Can you hear that behind me? That's the sound of innovation, and it took center stage Monday night during the Sun and Fun Innovation Preview. Sun and Fun Radio was there to cover all of the excitement. The annual Innovation Preview showcased the cutting edge of aviation technology, with industry leaders presenting their latest developments that promise to reshape the way we fly. From digital flight instruments to revolutionary aircraft designs, this event highlighted the incredible pace of innovation in general aviation. Let's take a look at some of the most exciting announcements. The digital revolution continues to transform cockpits across general aviation. Jim Turner, general manager of Kelly Manufacturing Company, introduced their latest line of digital instruments that make upgrading from traditional...
And now, back to the Sun and Fun Radio Deck, brought to you in part by Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport.
Welcome back to Chats from the Deck Live, coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida. Let's turn up the fun at 51. And we are having fun with Jack Hodgson from the Uncontrolled Airspace Podcast.
Good morning, Jim. How are you doing?
Fantastic. This is Pilot Jim G. We're here on the Sun and Fun Deck, and we are watching. Remember you said there's not a cloud in the sky this morning?
Not quite the same way anymore. It's still a beautiful day, but some clouds have formed up. It's a very pretty sky, and the breeze is picking up a little bit too. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing, because it is warm and it is muggy out here. But the clouds are a sign of Florida humidity, and that's normal for this time of day.
Yeah. So check it out, Jim. So I wear a cool Apple Watch, technology smartwatch, and I have, but that's because I'm a nerdy geek, okay?
And I've got my 15-year-old Citizens aviation watch.
Yeah, you on the other hand wear a really cool traditional wristwatch with the whole thing here.
Right.
Because traditional wristwatches are cool.
Knowing what time it is and how to time things is important to pilots. We actually do need to know what time it is. We've got on that note, we've got a great guest here. John Buman from Tachometers. Timing is Everything is one of the exhibitors here at Sun and Fun and also exhibits at Oshkosh. And you've got some timepieces that are of interest to aviators, right?
We sure do, Jim. We actually have a few brands here. The one that I wanted to talk about today is Ball Watch, which is a brand that started 131 years ago in the United States here in Ohio. Actually, it was founded in a train crash in 8 seconds.
They timed the train crash.
Well, they actually 131 years ago we didn't have time zones, and so there was a train crash in Kipton, Ohio. One train was headed one direction, one train was headed another, and the conductors had a pocket watch each, and the pocket watch of one conductor stopped for 4 minutes, and they didn't know it. And so there was an accident. People died, and so they reached out to this guy Webster Ball, who was a clockmaker, and asked him if he could help solve the problem. And he ended up synchronizing over 1 million pocket watches in the day. Conductors would pull into the station. They said you were running on ball time, and they said that if you were on the ball, that meant you were on the train on time.
Oh, is that where that comes from?
Do we really think that's where that phrase comes from?
That's 100% where that comes from.
Wow, that's really fascinating. I like that.
That's cool. And I'm impressed. It's it's still American made.
So it's a family that from America that owns it, but about 35 years ago they rebooted it in Switzerland because that's where all the good watchmakers are, and where to make parts and things like that. They're all mechanical watches. They don't sell anything that are quartz or battery. So no smart watches there. It's all still made with the old school technologies that we had, for the last 200 years.
When I was in Switzerland, I saw some of the watchmaker displays where you see the intricate components that are inside the mechanical watches.
Yep.
I think there was a watch museum in Geneva, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, there's many.
And you just wonder how they could make. You can barely see it, let alone how you could make such a thing.
It's absolutely crazy to think about that. In there are 200, sometimes 300 moving components, and yet those can be so precise. We have a COSC standard that for Swiss watches came out in 1972, a standard that they said they must be so accurate, and they say it must be +4 -6. Now in the quartz world, the Citizen or your Apple Watch, they're more accurate than that. But
Right,
if you
but we
because
cheat, yeah.
right, you're cheating. But when you have a mechanical watch that relies on nothing to be +4 or -6 seconds in a day, that's insane.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
So the mechanisms that are inside these traditional, awesome-looking, beautiful wristwatches, is this basically the same technology that ran wristwatches 100 years ago, or
no?
How's it different?
There's circuit boards and computers in both, like your Citizen watch and your Apple Watch.
Are there really?
Yep,
Okay.
they're circuit boards, and it's all computing. These are run off of just gears and springs.
Those are the ones I'm curious about. Those wristwatches, is that the same? So, yeah, is that the same mechanism as a long time ago?
So yes, I mean they've developed some newer technologies in it, but for the most part, they really do run the same, and the function is the same. They've made bigger springs so they can go longer. You'll see watches that can run for days or even weeks without having some type of power to wind them or get them going. But otherwise, for the most part, a watchmaker can pretty much take a watch apart. If it was 100 years ago or 200 years ago, they could look at a watch today and pretty much know what they're doing.
It is amazing, and they more than 200 years ago. Some of those go back to the
1700s. Yep.
So in this day and age, though, of smartwatches being so common, and these maybe being, to me anyways, maybe this is a fallacy, less common.
Sure.
Is watchmaking, the traditional watchmaking arts and repair arts, is this are we losing that art?
So
are we losing those abilities?
When the Apple Watch came out, in our world, there's one watchmaker that's king. I mean, and that's Rolex. Rolex is the king of watches, and they sell more units and dollars than any brand. But when the Apple Watch came out, it took over that space. Became number one. And now for about, what has it been, about 10 years or so that the Apple Watch has been out there, somewhere in there.
Yep.
All of a sudden now the young generation, they're pulling back from that, and they're wanting to go get what they call a real watch. They're grown-up watch. So you're starting to see them start to go say, hey, I graduated college, or I graduated high school, or I accomplished my law degree, and I want to go get something, that shows that. And they're going to mechanical watches. So I think as much as it's taken over a lot, I think there's a resurgence. In investing in watches, if you do the research on it, they say that if you bought watches over the last 20 years and you sold them, you actually outpaced the S&P 500.
That's great.
Cool.
You have some watches that have aviation themes or aviation components.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Sure. Well, many of the watches we brought were specifically for this show for aviation. And in the ball watches, we brought ones that they did commemorations and collaborations with Brian Schull, one of the famous SR-71 pilots. They did one with Brian Binney, which is a guy who I think he went 69 miles into the atmosphere,
Something like
breaking
that.
breaking the record.
Record-breaking high jump, so to speak.
So we brought some of those. They did some stuff for the Normandy anniversary, the 80th anniversary. So we have a 4 collection set of Normandy watches from that, and even the Doolittle Raiders. We have a bunch that they made for that family. So,
and these are limited run commemoratives.
Yep.
That have something on the back.
Right.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
Is the face is the same? The face is not where the inscription is. It's on the back. It's from the pictures you showed us.
Well, actually, all the faces have a different, like the Doolittle Raiders have a Doolittle Raider, the actual insignia on the front.
Oh, they do have.
And
okay.
then they're numbered on the front that say, one of 999 that they made of that production.
Yeah.
The Brian Binney, which I don't think I showed you, it has their insignia on it. The Brian Schull has the SR-71 at the 6 o'clock position of the.
Yep.
6 o'clock, which lights up with the one of the things that make the ball watches, all of them, unique is they all use tritium in the dials. So like gun sights, they're always glowing, and so for a pilot in the plane, they actually can see in the dark what the time is or the time change that they're having, and all of these watches have that. And that one, the little. Yeah.
We're sort of reaching the end of our allotted time here, but I did want to ask you one question. When you first joined us on the deck this morning, I noticed your shirt, which has the name of your company on it,
Yep.
Which I want to say is Tachymeters.
Yep.
Tachymeters. RS.
Yep.
And I thought that was just an interesting made-up word for your company name. You tell me that it's not. It's actually a thing. What is it?
Yeah, so tachometer is on the outer bezel of every chronograph watch, which a chronograph watch starts and stops time, and that's actually the bezel that measures the fixed points. So tachometers is just the plural name of that.
Very cool. Probably want to know where they are on the field.
We would like to. And where can people find you?
You can find us in Hangar D, booth 067.
And if you're not here at Sun and Fun, you have a website?
Yep, absolutely. Tachometers.com.
And that's spelled with a Y.
That's right.
Yep. Well, John, it's really glad that you came by. Jack and I learned a lot about watches and aviation-themed watches.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing your time with us.
You betcha. Thank you.
All right, everybody. This is Pilot Jim G and Jack Hodgson from Sun and Fun Radio. We're going to pause for a few minutes for some commercial messages from our sponsors, and we'll be back.
Hello, this is Trevor Semino from Chart It All. You're listening to Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788 1510 AM, and online at liveatc.net/SNF.
Get ready for high-flying action at the 2025 Academic Drone Soccer Student League World Cup. Experience the thrill as top school and college teams from around the world go head-to-head in this fast-paced, full-contact competition. It's an electrifying mix of technology, teamwork, and high-stakes strategy. This year's tournament features standout teams from across the U.S., Puerto Rico, and Turkey, all vying for the ultimate title. Join us for all the action in the Aerospace Center for Excellence Pavilion from 3 to 8 p.m. on Thursday and Friday. Craving something sweet? Grab a treat and support the first ever U.S. high school soaring team. Rockstar Donuts is serving up delicious donuts at the Lakeland Aero Club during the 2025 Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo, all to help young aviators reach new heights. Every bite fuels their journey, so stop by, grab some donuts, and turn up the fun at 51. Let's make this fundraiser soar. Florida families, are you overpaying for insurance? James Boley's local Geico office on South Florida Avenue is here to help. This veteran-owned small business can help you save big on auto, home, boat insurance, and more. They just helped the Lakeland family save $1,000 a year. And with exclusive discounts for veterans, military, and government employees, their rates are so great you'll shout, "Holy moly, Boley!" Call or visit James Boley's local Geico office on South Florida Avenue today, or visit boleyinsurance.com.
You can help save lives by donating blood at the Big Red Bus at this year's Sun and Fun Fly-In. You could literally be saving the life of a hospital patient. The annual Sun and Fun Fly-In blood drive is Tuesday through Sunday, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Each day is a great opportunity to help others. All blood donors receive a custom Sun and Fun Fly-In t-shirt plus a $20 e-gift card. You can make an appointment to donate blood at oneblood.org/sunandfun and share your power to save lives.
Just a few words of etiquette for the Fire Hub located in the campground. The Fire Hub area is provided for the enjoyment of guests and volunteers who are camping in the Sun and Fun campground. The wood supply is for the fire pit only. Please do not take the wood for individual campsite use. Ground fires are not permitted in the campground unless in approved above-ground campfire containers. Do not add flammable liquids or excessive amounts of wood to the fire. The fire pit is not a refuse container. Please place your bottles, cans, and other disposables in garbage containers located nearby in the campground. Remember, quiet time starts at 10 o'clock p.m. in the campground. Many volunteers who camp nearby start their work days early. Please be considerate. The Fire Hub area must be vacated by midnight, and unruly behavior will not be tolerated. Any individual deemed unruly will be asked to leave by Sun and Fun Security, and if necessary, the Lakeland Police Department will be called. Thank you for helping us make this an enjoyable area for everyone.
Attention aviators, since 1984, Gulf Coast Avionics has been your go-to source for avionics, instruments, and pilot supplies worldwide. Proudly sponsoring Hangar D, they offer top-notch installation and repair services for both certified and experimental aircraft. Come celebrate over 40 years of unbeatable pricing and service. You can visit Gulf Coast Avionics in Hangar D, booth 30 through 33, or check them out online at gca.aero. Fly smarter, upgrade with the best, and see why pilots trust GCA.
CQ, 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 radio, electronics, and avionics fans. The pilots of the Lakeland Amateur Radio Club are running a special event demonstration radio station next to the Florida Air Museum gift shop. They are ready to share with you the excitement of amateur radio, and if you're a licensed operator, you can be on the air. As you walk from the food court to the museum, you'll see the big antennas on your left. 73 from Whiskey 4 Sierra.
Aviation meets art, and every aircraft is a masterpiece at D-Moore Group, offering Waco biplanes inspired by the golden age of aviation and German-engineered Junkers light sport aircraft. D-Moore's handcrafted aircraft blend timeless elegance with modern performance. 4 models are on display at Sun and Fun. Visit booth MD8A or WacoAircraft.com to see masterpieces designed for true aviators.
Welcome to Sun and Fun. We want everybody to have a great time this year, but there are a few simple rules to be followed. Please be careful around all moving airplanes. Spinning propellers are very dangerous and hard to see. Please make sure your lawn chairs are attended at all times so they do not blow into aircraft or injure people. Please closely
And now, back to the Sun and Fun radio deck, brought to you in part by the Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport.
And welcome back to Chats from the Deck Live, coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo, located in beautiful Lakeland, Florida, where we are turning up the fun at 51. You know, I'm Dave Shellbitter, volunteer chairman of the station. I have my volunteer announcer, Randy, on deck with me. Good morning, Randy Bibb. How are you?
Good morning, Sun and Fun. Excited for that big night air show tonight. The day show's great,
Yep.
but the night show, amazing.
And folks, if you've never seen a night air show, I thought it was going to be scary and even more exhilarating than the daytime shows are. It's amazingly calming, even with the pyro and everything else they're doing. Until you get to the end when they do the wall of fire and that 25-minute pyrotechnic fireworks display at the end.
And
But
the concussion pushes you back about 3
you feel
feet.
It.
Yeah.
You feel it happen. But one of the things that we, as aviators do, is they call it the $100 hamburger. It used to be the $50 hamburger, but with the price of fuel, it's a $100 hamburger. And that's you get in your airplane and you fly to an airport somewhere and you grab lunch and you head out. And sometimes you'll invite friends. Or if you're traveling somewhere and a friend happens to be traveling another way and you see there's an airport where you're going to cross paths, you say, hey, I'm doing that same day. I'm traveling here. Let's meet at this airport for lunch. Let's get together. That's exactly what happened to our next guest, Sam Gurgis, with Beach Bash in the Bluegrass. You were traveling north to south, and your buddy was traveling, your client was traveling east to west. What happened? How'd that work?
So I had this client, and thank you for having me, Dave.
You're welcome.
I forgot my manners there for a second. I had this client that he and I had spoken numerous times over the phone and through emails, and I was doing his taxes, and I'm his accountant. And finally, I said, Madisonville, Kentucky is about halfway between the two of us. I'm in South Florida. You're in Kansas. Why don't we meet in the middle there in Madisonville? And that's second home airport for me that I go to frequently. And he agreed that would be a good idea. So in our conversations, he's like, well, why don't we invite so-and-so, who is also a client of mine? He's not too far away. And then we invited so-and-so, and one thing led to the next, and finally it ended up where we had a conversation. We said, why don't we just throw it out on one of these Beechcraft Facebook pages and just give the general public an invitation to meet us for a little party? And that's how the Beach Bash was born.
And now it was supposed to be just you and your client, and how many people showed up that first time?
We had 67 airplanes the first year.
Wow. And now you said this year is your 4th annual Beach Bash?
This is our 4th annual, and we're right at 300 registered, so I'm figuring probably 150 to 160 airplanes.
Holy cats, that's just cool.
Yeah.
And these are all basically your target audience is beach flyers, but anybody's welcome?
In fact, we welcome everybody. We don't care what you fly. If you have an appreciation for the Beechcraft airplane, you're welcome to join us. We're happy to be with fellow pilots.
And what all happens while you're there? I mean, you're not just sitting down in the chairs under the wing of the airplane talking. You got to tell us what you can expect going to Beach Bash.
Well, so the registration fee this year is $25, and for that you get all your meals covered except for one. The event starts on a Thursday and ends on a Sunday. We have entertainment galore. We've got an air show. We've got skywriting. We've got a magician. We have 2 concerts, 2 separate bands performing. We have disc golf, axe throwing, cornhole, paddle boats, pedal boats, kayaks, bikes, 300-acre park with trails. I mean, you name it, we have it. There's stuff for the kids, and most importantly is the fact that we offer seminars in the mornings until about noon, at which case, if you register, you can get Wings credits, so we'll help you with your insurance and, make you a better pilot, safer pilot.
Well, that's great stuff. And I also, no, wait a minute. This is Kentucky. This is Bluegrass, Kentucky, otherwise known as Bourbon, Kentucky. You got to have something involving bourbon.
Well, it's funny you should mention that. I happen to have a gift for you.
Oh, boy.
So this is one of 200 bottles. We trademarked the name. Nobody can ever replicate this. This is an etched Beach Bash in the Bluegrass bottle. It's a collectible.
Oh, cool.
And it's numbered. You can see the numbers on it. It's one of 200. There will never be any more. And I happen to save one for you.
It's great. It's a Distillers Select Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, and it's got that stunning Beach Bash etch in it. Wow. That is outstanding. Thank you so much. Well, this is going to be displayed.
Nice.
Get the camera up there. They've got a reflection on it. I can't know if you can see the Beach Bash. Should get a little bit of a reflection on it. You can see the extra glass. There we go. Beach Bash in the Bluegrass. So, thank you so much, man. This is great. This is going to look great on my display. So now, are you doing, I remember last year or the year before or something, you guys actually did a distillery tour. Are you doing that as well?
We did. This year we're going to still do tours of the downtown and tours of the brewery they have downtown, but with time constraints with the extra concert and some of the additional events we have going on in the air show, we've decided to just do a bourbon tasting at the park. So, and we've added some additional speakers. The gentleman that I brought with me is Dr. Chris Dunn. He is an AME, and he spoke last year about how to keep your medical, and I don't know what your subject is this year, but he's
you haven't told me yet, sir.
Oh. Well, I'll come up with something for him to talk about, but he'll be there again this year speaking, and I'll just let you pick.
Oh, I can do that.
Okay. We'll just count on him.
So what are the dates? We haven't even covered that.
Okay, April 24th through the 27th.
Oh, so you're like a couple weeks away.
Absolutely. Yep,
cool.
This is our
24th through the 27th.
Correct.
And where?
It's in Madisonville, Kentucky.
Madisonville, Kentucky.
India 0 is the identifier.
All right, 2 India 0. Right.
And the only hotels that have any availability, Hampton and Holiday Inn, are both completely booked.
Wow.
Is Comfort Inn and the Baymont Inn in Madisonville, and if they mention the Beach Bash, they'll get a discount.
Okay. And now Beach, of course, for our non-flying general public, Beach is the name, a brand of aircraft. We have Beechcraft, we have Cessna. Beechcrafts are known as Beach. That's where it is, and it's BEECH. Bash in the Bluegrass being Kentucky, but it's people who own, or it's brand specific. It would be like going to, it would be the Ford rally of airplanes, or actually Beechcraft. It would be the Ferrari,
Mercedes,
Ferrari and Mercedes gathering if it were cars. It's the Beechcraft aircraft. Now, Beach has been around for a really long time, and they've got a significant anniversary coming up that you mentioned is going to be part of your show.
2027 is the 80th birthday for Beechcraft, and we're going to celebrate with them and put on a little special birthday party at our event just for Beechcraft.
All right, so that's Beach Bash in the Bluegrass. Now, your social media presence is pretty good, and you've got Beach Bashers out there. If they're listening right now, you've got an invitational luncheon today for Beach Bashers.
Absolutely. At noon today, you have graciously allowed us to use your back deck, and we're going to burn up some hamburgers and some beans, and we got some potato salad and some other side items, and we're just going to enjoy ourselves and hang out with the group.
So if you are a Beach Basher, or you want to be a Beach Basher, you want more information, come on by. They'll be on the back deck of the radio station today for lunch. I'm sure Sam will toss you a hamburger, a hot dog, or something there. If nothing else, he'll give you some baked beans, keep you fueling through the day.
Hey, Dave.
And so now, yes, sir.
Can I just interrupt for just 2 seconds?
Sure.
I'm here because Sam's a gracious friend, but we almost sound elitist saying Beach Bash, but I really want to stress how much of a family get-together this event really is. I mean, my kids are involved, my wife is involved, they all look forward to going to this. I'd hate for people to think that it's something that it's not. It really is a down-to-earth, family-oriented event and Sam has always emphasized that aspect of it, that he wants those people there.
All right, so it is a family-oriented deal, and it is definitely not. It's called Beach Bash, but everybody is welcome. It's just Beechcraft was the original purpose for it. So Beach Bash in the Bluegrass. Dates again, April
24th through the 27th, and you can go to www.beachbash.com, BEECHBASH.com.
Sam Gurgis, thank you so much, brother, for coming by. We look forward to grabbing a burger here. We are going to go to a short break to hear a word from our sponsors and some of the stuff here about Sun and Fun. We will be back shortly here on Sun and Fun Radio. Stay tuned.
Hello, this is Russ Rosleski from the Stuck Mike Avcast. You're listening to Sun and Fun Radio, WPEP 788, 1510 AM, and online at liveatc.net/SNF. Enjoying all the aircraft is one of the leading reasons people come to Sun and Fun, and we are pleased to open Flightline access to all of our guests. However, please help protect people and aircraft by following a few simple rules. Warning: aircraft in motion have spinning propellers that are very dangerous and hard to see. Please avoid all moving aircraft. Do not touch aircraft without the owner's permission. Always be aware of belt buckles, cameras, and other hard objects that could scratch or dent the airplane. For the complete set of rules, please go to flysnf.org. Have a great time this year.
Since the very first Sun and Fun, volunteers have been the heart of the fly-in. Our success depends on dedicated volunteers, and that could be you. Your life experience will help us engage, educate, and accelerate the next generation of aerospace professionals. We have all kinds of opportunities to volunteer, from fly-in support to educational events and field trips at many year-round community events. Volunteers earn valuable benefits, but you'll gain new friendships and experience new adventures. Find out more and get started. Just visit volunteer.flysnf.org for more info about volunteer opportunities at the Aerospace Center for Excellence and the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo.
Discover the incredible mission of Samaritan's Purse at Sun and Fun. Tour their DC-8, the only U.S. registered DC-8 in the world, used for critical relief missions after major disasters. Explore a portion of their emergency field hospital and see the water filtration system that travels aboard this life-saving cargo plane. Don't miss this unique opportunity to learn how Samaritan's Purse brings hope and help worldwide. Tours are open daily. Come be inspired.
Are you looking for a part or an instrument to help you complete your latest project? If so, you could come down to the Parts Exchange and see if they have something that fits your need. Not building anything? That's okay. You can come out and add to your memorabilia collection or find that next office, studio, or living room aviation piece. The Parts Exchange is your place for aviation parts and pieces for whatever it is you desire to use them for. The Parts Exchange is located in Hangar E.
Do you want to tour our entire flight line without all the walking? Get ready for an unforgettable experience at Sun and Fun. Sponsored by EAA 797. Take a 20 to 30 minute ride through the Flightline area and witness the incredible array of aircraft on display. From vintage classics to cutting-edge marvels, there's something for everyone. Don't miss this unique opportunity to soar above the excitement. Book your ride today and make memories that will last a lifetime. Win a formation flight, meet aviation celebrities, and demo Bose aviation headsets at Sun and Fun booth number 007. Experience the difference in audio clarity and clear communication with Bose. When you purchase an A30 or ProFlight Series 2 headset, you'll receive free Quiet Comfort earbuds. Plus, get 10% off each additional headset purchased at the show. Bose. Quiet the noise, amplify the experience.
Hello aviation enthusiasts. Experience the excitement of show planes at Sun & Fun. Witness the stunning array of aircraft in our show plane parking areas, including home-built, vintage, warbird, light planes, seaplanes, and rotorcraft. Explore the home-built aircraft area for a chance to chat with owners and discover building tips. Vintage aircraft parking showcases planes from different eras, while the warbird ramp offers an up-close view of historic military aircraft. Don't miss the seabird area, where unique seaplanes gather, and Paradise City, the hub for light planes. And for rotorcraft enthusiasts, head to the rotorcraft area. Join us at Sun & Fun and immerse yourself in the world of aviation.
Enjoying all the aircraft is one of the leading reasons people come to Sun & Fun, and we are pleased to open Flightline access to all of our guests. However, please help protect people and aircraft by following a few simple rules. Warning: aircraft in motion have spinning propellers that are very dangerous. Please for the complete set of rules, snf.org. Have a great time this year.
Getting tired of just grabbing a stale granola bar for breakfast? Want something different and more filling? You may want to try the vintage breakfast in a cup. This yummy breakfast in a cup has eggs, cheese, sausage, and grits, coffee, water,
over aviation experience combined. We understand our customers' needs from their perspective. That's the
And now
show.
back to the Sun & Fun Radio deck, brought to you in part by the Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport.
Welcome back to Chats from the Deck Live, coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun & Fun Aerospace Expo. Let's turn up the fun at 51. That's our slogan this year.
I like it.
So there's a tremendous shortage for pilots.
Absolutely.
And mechanics and everything associated with our industry.
Development flight manager for our Illinois Aviation location. Spartan Education Group has partnered with us